Top five.
Yeah, girl. You ready to do this? You ready to count this thing down? We're doing the top 5, her. Yeah, set it off with 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh. I wanna be the very best. Oh, baby. Pokemon trainers everywhere. Welcome back to Ranked Top 5 list of stuff that don't matter. I'm your gym leader, Tuong Law. And today I have... Why are you guys looking at me like that? You guys don't think I cut it as a gym leader? What's going...
Totally.
Today I have the Elite Four at the table. Yeah, now they're feeling good because I pumped them up. Across from me, it's been a while since she's been in the pod cavern, or at least on Ranked, but she's been training real hard. She's top of her class, top of her type of Pokemon. She is the stupendous, the stellar, the crustacean, the baby Yoda of this group. Samantha Leggatt.
Yo.
What's up?
Water electric type here.
Wow, both.
Yeah.
That's your gym.
Yeah, sure.
Wow, you're
Crustacean, you know?
Oh, I get it. I got it, Sam. Well, thank you for being on the podcast and
Thanks.
Lending us your power of Pokemon.
Thank you.
Sam, who's the guest beside you?
To my left, Pokedex ready in hand. We've got Sarah Ghadbane.
That's right.
Yay!
You got it right the first time.
Yeah, good
Sarah, how's your Pokemon training going?
My Pokemon training is going very well.
Yeah?
Yes.
Pretty good?
Pretty great.
You're on Pokemon Shield right now,
I'm on
I hear.
Pokemon Shield right now.
Yep.
Made it about halfway through.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Nice.
That's pretty
So,
good. We all
on
have
my
that
way.
game. Yeah, we're all playing it right now.
I'm on Sword, actually.
Me too. Me too. Sword's better.
Team Shield.
No, it's the same game. Well, Sarah, thank you for being on the cast. Now, you're going to have... This is a brand new member of the Elite Four. Was not... He actually killed the other members of the Elite Four with his bare hands, which is super illegal.
No
but-
Pokemon
Terrible.
terrible.
This is not... It's not what Pokemon's about.
But he did it anyways, so we have to give him credit for it. Sarah, who is the guest across from you?
Across from me is the trainer of one of the top 10 Rattatas, Angus MacDonald.
Wow!
Hey, everybody.
Is that your sigil?
The rat?
10 rat tats.
He's the gym leader for normal.
I'm a normal fighting type Pokemon.
No, just normal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I thought why let the animals do the fighting for us? I'm not a big fan of animal fights.
Nope.
They're
So
not
I said-
animals, though.
They're-
Pokemon.
I guess that's true. Well,
Yeah.
we'll talk about the do they eat Buffalo Mon or whatever the fuck it's called.
Buffalo Mon.
Oh, is this not a Digimon thing? Because I thought this was a Digimon thing.
You prepared Digimon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I can name 3 Digimon.
Put your Digivice away.
Garurumon?
Yeah.
Okay,
probably.
War Garu?
And put Mon in front of anything.
In front of it.
Oh,
Gabumon.
Mon. I know there was an angel one.
Yeah.
Angemon.
Really?
And
Yeah.
Angelwomon.
Yeah.
Angel Woman.
Today's not about Digimon.
No, it's about the trainers I beat to death with my bare hands.
And the friends we made along the
And
way.
the friends. And Tung, I actually do want to say, I think you could be a gym leader.
You think so?
You have all the qualities you need of a gym leader. You're
ahead.
charismatic.
Yes.
You get beaten by children regularly. And you keep your chin up.
Yeah, thank you. And very stubborn. Always specialize in one thing and one thing only.
Yeah. So if you're the gym leader, you're the first gym, especially these new ones where they make you go through in a specific order.
Yep.
Even in world, it's like, no, you should do it in this order.
Yep.
The guys that get beat at the beginning, like the grass guy,
Yep.
how come he gets to be the trainer?
I don't understand. Children beat him
I
all
beat
the
him.
time.
Shouldn't I become the gym leader now? I beat him.
Do you beat him with grass Pokemon?
Yeah, I did actually.
It's weird that gym leaders only have like 3 Pokemon too. It's just like, you're a gym leader. Shouldn't
Yeah.
you have a full set? You can have a full
I'm
set.
coming at you with 6. I can defend it with 3. No,
Thank you very
please.
Hey, you can have 6. No. 3's good.
Don't need it. But I know what type you're going to use, and you don't know what type I'm going to use. It's fine.
In case
Okay.
you didn't know, today we are doing top 5 Pokemon because Pokemon's been around for a long ass time, and some may say it's more relevant than
Is it the 25th?
ever. Like it's
How many years? Yeah.
quite a bit.
It's, yeah.
1990 something.
Man, I've been. It's how I learned to draw. Like I had a
Yeah?
book and I would draw the Pokemon out of it, and that's where I was like, "Hey, I'm pretty good at this."
I think I had that book too. I think I had a book on how.
Yeah, like from the original 150 or
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
I think it's insane that like you know
151.
my nephews look at Pokemon and they're like obviously recognizing the Pokemon that I grew up with, but now there's like hundreds and hundreds
Yeah.
of more other Pokemon, and Pokemon is so big still. And when like Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, like all the adults who grew up with Pokemon bought Pokemon, and all the kids also bought Pokemon.
Pokemon's in this wonderful sweet spot too, where they held on long enough that all the people that were fans of Pokemon now have kids that
Yep.
can be fans of Pokemon. So they're golden now.
It's a money-making machine.
What was
Yeah.
everyone's first Pokemon game?
yellow.
Blue?
Ooh, I have to think actually.
I got my sister and I both got Gen 2 games for Christmas. That was my first one. I got gold and she got silver. Does that mean my parents like me more?
Oh,
Ooh, I don't know.
I got gold.
I love.
She
Are you
famously-
firstborn?
No, I'm the younger.
He's the boy though.
Is gold more of a boy
yeah.
color?
I don't know.
You're the golden boy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, you're-
My first
and she's
Pokemon
a
was
silver
on an
boy.
emulator on a computer.
Me too. Pokemon Blue
Yeah.
on the
Yo,
Yo,
island.
I
Pokemon
played
Blue,
mine
That's-
on the N64 Pokemon Stadium. I got the
Oh,
yellow,
yeah.
but you could plug it in
Yeah,
to
yeah.
play it on your TV. So I played.
I play it on
yellow
my
the
phone.
TV.
I have a virtual boy on
That's
my phone.
awesome.
It's really good.
That's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Today we're talking about Pokemon because there's so many Pokemon now.
Only
There-
5 of them are worth our time, though.
That's right. There is. I looked today.
Do we know?
890 Pokemon.
Wow.
That's
That is a lot.
a lot. And Angus suggested that we do top 5 starters, which we could have. But I'm crazy. We're going to go all 890 Pokemon, talk about every single one of them. It's going to take hours. Even the ones we don't recognize, we're going to talk about and pretend we don't.
This one's a letter from an alphabet I don't recognize.
Yeah, Pokemon got kind of weird. I will say, obviously, we're in the ground rules section now. Let's make some ground rules. But, like, I think this is not really a ground rule. We can talk about any Pokemon from any generation, but obviously we're biased. We grew up with Gen 1 and Gen 2 mostly, and then some of us stuck with it along the way. Like, I played Pokemon Silver, Blue, Ruby, and kind of stopped for a little while.
Yep.
Came back to, like, Black, and then stopped for a while. Went to, like, Pokemon Sun for a little bit, and then I didn't like it. Stopped. Then went to Pokemon Sword, which I do like, and I have not finished yet. So
I find I've been all over the place too. Like looking at these lists, I was like, "Oh yes, I remember I started here, and then I was like, "Oh, it must have missed this one,
Yeah,
and this
yeah.
one, and but I was back in here, and then I guess I wasn't here." And like, I
Yeah.
was like, "Was there a rhyme or reason to this?"
Can I tell you guys something that's definitely going to be weaponized and used against me later in the episode?
No,
Of course.
of course. We're never going to weaponize
I've
this.
never actually finished a Pokemon game. Like, I've never beaten the Elite Four in a Pokemon game before.
But you are an Elite Four.
I know. Well, I beat them in real life with my goddamn bare hands. I didn't let digital animals or real animals do it for me. I do it myself.
Right.
Because I'm normal type,
Hey, man.
apparently.
That's okay, man. We're definitely not going to use that against you.
I don't think Pokemon fans
God, I love
are as
Pokemon,
like
though.
toxic. I feel like Pokemon brings people together. You know,
You guys
It's
remember
like
when
everyone's
Pokemon
like,
Go
"Oh,
or
yeah."
Pokemon Go?
yeah.
Remember when that came out? Where
Yes.
everyone in the world was like so happy for like a month.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
It was, like,
that was
beautiful.
a time to be alive.
Everybody was outside.
We had just
like
started.
the first times in their life.
It was the
or so.
coolest thing. It
You
was
know
like
what? I had
two-
some jerks yell at me though.
Oh, no.
So it was
Oh.
the best of times, but we walked by a skate park and there were some
What?
people with
Yeah,
feelings.
that sucks.
Yeah,
That's bullshit.
It was really
Yeah.
bullshit.
But I think, like, yeah, not only the TV show, but the video games definitely made me stick with Pokemon for a
Oh
very long
god,
time.
yeah, I was not a big fan of the show.
And like they're smart with it, right? And smart in the way that it's annoying, where it's just like, of course, they make 2 versions of the same game, and the only difference is like the different Pokemon. So it forces you to have to
Yeah.
either buy the other one
It's
or
a little
trade.
bit different in
Or
the new
make
one
friends.
too.
Oh.
You get different gyms.
Yeah.
Oh,
depending
is it different
on-
gyms?
There's
Yeah.
one. There's
Two.
one. There's 2 gyms. Well, there's one in each that are your.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I didn't realize that.
I never got into like the. I was always a gotta catch 'em all type of Pokemon player for Pokemon games because there's the like competitive Pokemon stuff, which is super like in depth and very exhausting to learn about. I was like looking at it, it's like IV points and EV points, but they're like hidden stats for
Temperament.
Pokemon. And you have to like
I
breed
found
certain Pokemon.
with this new game, I was like you. I was always just the gotta catch 'em all type. I'm like one of you. I'm gonna build up my thing. And I found now that I'm playing Shield or Sword, I've like reversed almost a bit. I like see Pokemon, I'm like, I don't have you, but like I don't really give a fuck about you right
I'm
now.
the same
I
way.
want to like I'm like, maybe I could breed some, and I was like, is my guy this good? And I'm like, I feel like it was because I started playing D&D or something, but I care about stats now, and I'm like, oh my god,
But
like
you can't even
this
see
guy.
those stats and like.
But you can look them up. I want to know that mine's the best gold, you know? Like,
Well, I heard for those people, they have made that easier than in previous generations. So that's nice. But what ground rules? What other ground rules?
I have one more flavor one. Can we do?
Yes, go ahead.
Were you guys nicknaming your Pokemon, or would you always just leave them in the thing like as their type? Did you give them nicknames? basically?
sometimes.
I was pretty
I flip
boring.
flopped.
Yeah,
So that's the
between
thing
names.
is, if I give them nicknames, I have to give everyone a nickname, or I
Yeah.
feel
Oh,
weird.
I don't feel that way.
No, I do.
I've named some after like my sister and my pets and like
Yep.
this and that, but like only if it like speaks to me.
I've restarted Pokemon Gold hundreds of times. I would go on a long car ride and be like, well, time to restart it. I don't know why. I would pick the same starter. I would just...
Me too.
I don't know why.
Silver. Yeah, Pokemon Silver I played probably the most. Over
What
and
gen
over and
was
over.
that?
2.
Second.
It was definitely a golden age of Pokemon games.
Yeah.
So good.
Well,
I don't think I played that one.
oh, it's a good one.
So good.
It's a really good
And
one.
they remade it. It was Heart
Yes.
Gold and Soul Silver,
Yeah.
and they did a good job with that. Ground rules. Ground rules. Obviously, we're talking about all the Pokemon. Here's a big one, though. We are talking about the evolutions within that Pokemon, too.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you nominate a Pokemon, it counts all the evolutions.
All right.
So if an evolution sucks, I guess it works against it.
Yep.
But if it's great, then that's even more power to it, right? What other ground rules do we want to go through here?
I don't know what else we could... Like, we know there's a defined list of what is and what isn't a Pokemon.
Yep. I mean,
If you're nominating one of them, you're nominating all of them of that type.
so what are we basing the criteria on, or is it just subjective? Obviously, it's
I
always
think it
subjective, but,
has
like,
to be. Like, I like my Pokemon for a specific reason. I'm
Yeah.
curious if, like, for example, Sam thinks the same. You know, like
Yeah, it's true. You could like them you could nominate for whatever reason.
And I
Yeah.
think I
you
picked
think it deserves to be here.
the 3
Sure.
I picked. I think I picked them each for a different reason.
Okay.
One where
So
I was
did
just
I.
like, this one looks cool. This one I like the flavor of,
Yeah.
and this one, you know.
I think for me, it's always like how cool it looks. Like I'm pretty basic like that, but like there's some Pokemon that's like obviously that's more powerful. I don't really
Yeah,
care,
I
and
don't
like
really either.
for Pokemon, it's just like, do I want to in my imaginary like fictional world
Yeah.
exactly? Or for that, it was just like, do I want to own this thing if I were living
Yeah.
in the Pokemon world? Probably.
Like this is, I wish I was an artist because I always see artists like posting thing on Facebook where they do a little picture of themselves and then like the 6 Pokemon that they would carry around with them always.
I've been meaning to do it.
You should totally do that.
I did mine with my starter for
Jinx.
this one.
And I
but
think we were saying in
yeah.
our A-team chat, we were saying with Leslie, we were saying that you should, when you get new Pokemon that you like, you should add them into the picture.
Yeah,
At least I was.
It'd be a very big picture, but
Huge.
Well, you max out at 6.
890.
yeah,
to draw.
yeah,
That's a lot.
It's me and all of the
Yeah,
Pokemon
Sam
I've
nominates
drawn.
all
Gotta
the
draw
Pokemon.
them all.
Yeah, Sam, I know you like Pokemon, but I have a feeling you don't like all of them.
Sam has 890 nominations. She thinks they all deserve to win
Ani
equally.
Mensch, Ani Mensch.
Well, let's
Fuck,
be
this
real.
one's gonna be a nightmare.
Like some of the like later gen Pokemons is like very, very lazy.
There are some.
truly lazy design.
I'll get into this, I think, when we talk about them. There's a very specific subset of Pokemon I fucking hate.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I
Will you
hate-
nominate it or is like honorable mention, dishonorable mention?
Dishonorable
I'm just
mention.
if one of you nominated, I'll be like, well, this is the kind of that I don't like.
Okay, fair.
but I'll be nice about it.
Okay, until the ranking round, which you have to rip us apart.
Well, no, in the ranking round, I'll just state my point calmly and clearly. We're not going to get heated this episode. I'm certainly not going to scream.
Hey, Sam's here. We can always get heated when Sam's around.
Uh,
Sam,
I'm
stop screaming.
Pretty open to Pokemon
Okay,
love.
you love
know?
Pokemon. Sam's so open to Pokemon that she shared with us today printed copies, multiple pages of a Pokedex.
Yeah, of just the little
Pokedex.
It's
images.
very tiny. I probably didn't need to print
It
a
is-
copy.
I love it.
I love it too.
Don't ever
It
change.
has all the Pokemon printed out. So if we need a quick search, I also have my iPad here. Sam has her iPad
Yeah,
here.
nobody needs paper.
I'm very curious to how this will go. If it'll only be like first gen Pokemon or if there'll be some later ones. Who knows? But I think we're done with the ground rules, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Elite Four, are you ready?
So pumped.
Just like
Ready.
every episode of Ranked, we're going to go around the table 3 times, nominating 3 nominations each, making a master list of 12, and choosing a top 5 Pokemon list. First nomination. Angus is looking at
I
me
love
strangely.
it. I
I'm
know what you.
scared.
I know
I'm
what you want to say.
scared.
I know what you want to say.
I'm not saying Jinx.
If you steal mine,
Jinx is a fun nomination, but I do not like Jinx.
Fun?
Well, just fun to make fun
Go
of.
into it. Go.
You know what? I don't want to take it away because what if you guys really like Jinx?
I do love every once in a while, and we can listen to this when the episode comes out, but every once in a while, Tuong sounds just like Jerry Seinfeld. What do you guys like Jinx? What's the deal with Jinx? It's the littlest thing. It's the littlest
watch
thing.
out for that now.
No, please.
Don't hold back.
But if one of you guys,
If you guys see it, you guys give Angus a look, and then I'll
what's
be
the
very
deal?
uncomfortable.
What's the deal with Jinx?
My first Pokemon was my very first starter that I've ever had. It means a lot to me.
Okay.
It has permeated the Pokemon culture for a very long time. It is still... it was worth a lot of money at its time, Pokemon card of it,
Yeah.
and it's still fucking badass to look at. I'm talking about Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard.
I'm not shocked. It's the Captain.
I'm not shocked.
It's the Captain America of Pokemon.
You think so?
It is true. It's,
Yeah, it's literally it's save
the
for
only-
the actual mascot. It's the one that
I drew Charizard.
it's the only original starter that's in the new game.
which is bullshit.
He's in the new game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the champion.
the main-
has a
the main
Charizard.
dude has it.
The main antagonist, who's like the nicest
and he's
guy
got
ever.
like a Gigantamax form, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
they all
yeah.
They all do.
Charizard has more forms, I think, than any other Pokemon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like
So
Oh,
he's
yes.
super popular.
he's like
Yeah,
the
there's the Mega
unofficial poster
Charizard.
child of.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
also has
yeah.
like his
But he's a cool
X
Pokemon.
He's a
form,
fucking
his
sweet
Y
dragon.
form.
Yeah, he's a sweet dragon.
He's a
cool.
freaking sweet dragon, but even before he was like badass dragon, I
not
always
even
loved
dragon type, though.
Charmander.
I agree.
He's not dragon type.
He's not dragon type. He's fire flying.
Wow,
It's true.
he has fire flying. I see it right here.
Oh my God, you're right. I'm looking at the documents here. Index 6, Pokédex 6, picture of Charizard, name Charizard, type fire, flying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's awesome.
These are the things I know.
I love his fire tail, obviously, but also Charmander was always my jam. Like I liked if I had to choose one out of all of them, I choose Charmander over Charizard, or even Charmeleon.
Did you watch the original Pokemon
Yep,
series?
Yep.
Charizard was a rowdy boy.
he was a rowdy boy.
Did not listen.
Charmeleon was a
surprising.
dick.
Yeah, Charmeleon
He
was
looks like a dick.
Yeah, he was a-
grumpy
Yeah.
teenager.
Yeah, Charmander was just a nice little boy.
He was so cute.
Nice little boy. Then grew up to be a teenage Charmeleon, and
It's
then
like a growth spurt. Yeah.
yeah, and then Charizard
They
was
always
also
are.
a real big dick until he wasn't.
Yeah.
in which he was like, oh, he trusts Ash, and then he was just such a good partner, solid partner. And then Ash is an idiot because he always lets all his Pokemon go.
I'm actually
Yeah.
really worried now because I don't know this much about the show.
Oh.
I feel like having started on Pokemon Yellow too, like you start with a Pikachu,
Yeah.
but like throughout the game you do end up getting each of the like original starters. And I think Charmander was like the one I was most excited to get at the time. Like I never had to pick between them, which is good because they're all amazing. But I was really excited when I got a Charmander.
He was the only Pokemon as well that I thought. They mentioned the show that he could die, and they never mentioned like mortality with Pokemon before. But in the
His
first
little
couple episodes,
tail,
they're
the
like,
fire.
"Oh, if that fire flame goes out on his tail, he'll
Oh, it's
die."
so
And I'm
sad.
like, "What?"
There's an episode about that.
Yeah,
on the
it's
show.
so sad.
And they're like protecting it with like rain gear and stuff. It's sad, but yeah, Charizard's badass. He'll fuck you up.
So what about the ones in the wild? Does it just rain and a couple of them just bite the dust?
No, their flame is strong
Their
enough.
flame's so strong that
It's
they're
like
just,
the eternal flame.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
that's
if
what
it-
it goes out, they die.
Yeah.
But don't worry, it'll never go out. It can't actually go out.
It's more of a sign
stakes,
that if you
kids.
see one with its flame out, it's
dead.
do
Yeah,
do they ever show one in the? Do
I
they
don't
ever
think
show a
so.
dead Pokemon?
maybe
no.
lavender.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I guess those
that-
dead Pokemon
they're like
turn
dead,
into ghost
but now there's
Pokemon.
ghost types, so like we're good.
Yeah.
I mean, there was always a ghost type, wasn't there?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In Gen 1?
Yeah, Gen
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Lavender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one that I could nominate.
Let me
Careful.
check my own.
Yeah, I know.
Ghastly.
Yeah.
Hunter.
Oh, yeah,
go-
you're right.
oh,
You're right, you're right.
You're not supposed to say them.
Sorry,
Okay.
we weren't nomming them.
Exactly.
but
That's why
right.
you're not supposed to
But
say them.
To be
Save it for
fair,
the
there's only
cast.
3 of them. There's like four of them.
Save for the cast.
Okay.
Well, you're on the
No,
cast.
I'm next.
I'm gonna sit on my
I'd like
hands
to.
now.
No, I'm kidding.
Sam, what do you got?
All right, well, it's not a ghost type.
Go figure. I don't know what that means.
All right, well, I'm not going to say anything. Save it for the cast.
It's like you saying titular. It's like
We all have catchphrases here.
My first nomination is also Gen 1, primarily because I just need him. Every game that comes out, I'm like excited. He's like I have to get him. I have toys. I just love him. He is my rock. He's not actually a rock type.
Oh,
But he's Snorlax, and I love him. And I
okay.
love him. His Gigantamax version in the new one kind of weirds me out. There's like a fucking planet on his belly, and it's kind of
What?
grosses me out.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's got like trees and shit growing out of his belly, and it like looks a little. I don't like that like clustery thing. I'm one of those that like doesn't like to see like bubbles together. I don't know, but the idea of his belly as a pilot, you know, the idea of his stomach as a planet, I'm like not super here for, but I love Snorlax so much, so I'm like, sure, I'll take it.
That's great. That was my second nom that I was.
Yeah.
Do people like Snorlax?
Yeah, because he's like
Go
he's
ahead and
super
turn my audio
resilient.
down.
Sorry. Here it comes. He's super resilient, and like he's a bit of a challenge. Like in the old ones, like you only get like 1 or 2 chances
Yeah,
at
one
him,
chance.
right? You have to
chance.
save
Two.
Yeah, there's 2 chances,
Oh.
and you have to like save the game and make sure you get him, or else like that's it.
Yeah,
He's gone.
he's done.
And he's super cute. And in Pokemon Snap, I always liked it. I liked him in everything. I just love him.
So I was never like crazy about. I liked Snorlax, but I wasn't crazy about him until like pretty recently, and I was just like, man, this giant
He's a
cat
tank.
fat thing is so relatable because he just wants to have a good time. He just wants to sleep. He just wants to eat, and
He can also learn like a lot of
And he's
different
strong
type
as fuck.
moves. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's super strong. So if he's like taking moves, if you had a Snorlax with like a thunder move, I felt like you were golden. Like that was like
Yeah.
my go-to back
Yeah.
in the beginning. I'm like, I don't need an electric type. I've got my Snorlax. He's got a move. He can rest. He can do whatever. And like I just feel like he's both good as much as you wouldn't think he would be as like a Pokemon in
Sure.
battle. But then he's also just like a cuddly, like derpy little thing.
I got a framed picture of Snorlax in my office in my apartment. So
Oh, wow.
he's pretty badass.
Yeah, I like him. I like
Yeah.
him. That's my first nom.
Sarah,
That's fair.
what do you got?
My first nomination is the titular
Pokemon.
Let's Go Eevee.
So that counts all evolutions.
All
Eeveelutions.
evolutions, which is why I got this nom, because the evolutions.
Yeah, that's
It
dope.
feels like it
That's
has to.
dope.
So how many are
So
there
who's your
now?
favorite?
That's actually, I have a hard time with that one.
Yeah.
I think just Eevee is my favorite because of the
Ooh.
possibilities. I could never actually.
So here we
pick.
go. Eevee, Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Umbreon, Espeon, Glaceon, Leafeon, Sylveon. I think I got them all. That's 9.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm currently working with 2 in my party, and they're amazing.
Yeah, Eevee's great.
Yeah.
Eevee's great. Is it because Eevee can turn into so many things that you like Eevee?
It is, and I also really like the way they introduce new evolution ways to do evolution with Eevee, where it's like one of them had to be done at night, and one of them's friendship, and there's a lot of different ways that they introduce new evolutions with
Right.
Eevee.
Cool. Angus, what do you got?
Okay, so
Oh boy.
I can already see there might be a bit of a schism growing between Tuong and I.
Why? I didn't say anything to you.
My first nomination, and I've actually got the numbers for the Pokemon. Let me just bring them up
Okay.
because I've got my nominations numbered.
I don't think you can say anything that's going to make me mad.
My nomination is a combination of Pokemon's number 1, 2, and 3: Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur.
I love Bulbasaur.
I understand. It's kind of the opposite of Charizard. I love.
Get owned.
Well, no. So this was the thing: is everyone on the playground when I was a kid loved Charizard because he was the dragon and he was cool.
Yeah.
And I was a Bulbasaur fan. And
Because you love weed.
No, just because I loved. I'll explain why I like him. But and Tuong, you're not going to believe this.
Go ahead.
People gave me a hard time about it.
But Bulbasaur.
Yeah,
Really?
absolutely.
I love Bulbasaur.
Well, and then anytime I tried to point out how awesome he was, they would just say, "Well, Charizard's fire type, so he would instantly beat him." Anyway, I love Bulbasaur. I think he's a great design. More so than like one of my favorite types of Pokemon are just a clear. We've got this thing mixed with this thing. He's a dinosaur and he's mixed with plants. And like the thing that I always loved was you've got your Charizard, who's just kind of like a dragon who breathes fire, which is cool. Not a real thing. Dinosaurs, real.
Sure.
Plants, real.
Yeah.
So maybe, just maybe, Bulbasaur could be real. I don't know.
I think Bulbasaur
Not right now, but-
gained a lot more popularity later. I feel like
Well,
you were probably right. In school, probably people were like, meh, whatever. But now he's like pretty iconic.
Well, he's like, I think he was the best realization of a Pokemon when you go see Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's my favorite
He
Pokemon
looks
to
good.
see.
Yes.
Because he doesn't look.
He's so charming.
He's just great. He's cute, and he's like, and he's got a lot of good moves. Like, I love Leech Seed. I love putting Pokemon. Putting Pokemon to sleep is such an easy way to catch the ones you want. Like, you can sleep, and he gets like vines and stuff like that. I think he's really
good.
cool.
You're right.
And he gets kind of bigger. I actually think I like Bulbasaur is like my favorite, like of the visual component of the three of them, because he kind of becomes this big toad with like a plant, with like a tree on him, which also looks cool. But I'm a big fan of Bulbasaur.
I like the starter Pokemon Gen 1. I feel like they have really good evolutions that make sense.
They do.
Yeah. And then later it becomes not as much. But
I've got a succulent plant at home that's a Bulbasaur, and he's a little little aloe plant out of his back. And it's really cute.
Angus, what's your best Bulbasaur impression?
Bulbasaur.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. That's really good.
Don't they all just say that? I don't know what they sound
No,
like.
that was good.
Okay,
that
cool.
was big
He's
on.
like, Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur. Okay, well, you want to hear my Charmander?
Go ahead.
Charmander.
Wow. It's more like
You ruined it.
Charmander.
Oh no! This is the rest of the episode.
Bulbasaur.
Okay, at the end of everyone's nominations, you have to say what you think it sounds like. All right. So for my
Tongue.
Jinx impression,
The podcast just ends. Hey everyone, this is Angus. The Podcavern no longer is affiliated with Tongue Law. I'll do rank now.
and I'm sure there are people out there that like Jinx. I'm sorry to them.
No, yeah, Jinx.
Nobody likes Jinx.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna go with a new Pokemon.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. This one has caught my eye. I'm gonna look it up right now so you guys can see it. I just like it. It's very cute, and I didn't think I have a couple Pokemon here, but I think that I wouldn't be able to fight for. But I think this one I can. So the Pokemon is an electric type.
Okay.
It's a dog.
Oh, yeah.
It's a corgi.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
It's Yamper.
Is it electric type? I haven't even bothered. Okay.
Okay, this thing.
Tell me what you love about it. I'm sorry.
I'm a sucker just because I feel like they animated this dog really well, because like if you look at it, it's like has like a little lightning bolt for a tail. Very cute. I mean, I like corgis. I like dogs. But I also like how it turns into this this is its evolution here, Boltund. And it's more like a regal
cool.
dog. Like
Yeah.
it's just like you go from this like cute little thing to like something that's just like, hey, I would use that dog at the front of the pack. That's a leader dog.
That's getting into one of my other favorite types of Pokemon. The ones that start off little dinky creatures and then evolve into like truly like terrifying if you saw it in real life type thing.
Yeah.
Like that's a dog I wouldn't want following me, you know?
Yeah, I feel like this is like a brave dog that would like jump. You know what it is? It's one of those dogs that they would put in one of those live action movies that they're trying to put on people these days. There's that Harrison Ford movie with that dog that's coming out.
So trying to sell people on
Willem
dogs.
Dafoe on Disney Plus. There's one called Togo where I don't know what it's about, but it's a picture of him and a dog.
Yep.
So dogs are really in right now. And Boltund, I think, would be a good boy to have with you.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
A good Pokemon on your team? I don't know.
He's good.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's good.
So I've avoided him for kind of what we were talking about. He looks kind of silly, so I'm like, I don't need him.
I liked him. He was cute, and I'm a sucker for electric type, so I had him for a while. But until I realized I didn't need him in my team, I was like, "Well, you're cut now."
Yeah, so
I've evolved.
I will
You're
say,
done.
like he was on my team. I swapped
Yeah.
him out because there's other types that I wanted on my team, and Yamper is more of like a cutesy Pokemon.
Okay,
He is like
he
one
is
that's
really
like,
cute. His design
yeah,
is
his design.
super
I like his
cute.
design a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
It's very simple, but he's not one that I bring
I
around
saw him
with
and I was like, "Dang."
I don't think
he's
he's a
cute.
strong, like physically strong
no,
Pokemon.
Not, yeah.
Sam, go ahead.
All right, so my next nom is from Gen 5, who, granted, I didn't play that one, but he is in the newer one as well. But I've come to love him and will die for him.
Die for him.
And then I wanted to breed them, and they were like, "You can't breed them because they have no gender." And I was like, "I love you even more." And so it's Golurk. Is his actual name.
What?
Can you bring that on for? I don't know if I know.
Yeah.
Golurk.
So you can look up in the papers I've provided. He's number 623.
623.
He evolves from
Wow.
Golett. Golett is an adorable little baby Golurk. Golurk is kind of like the bigger robot. But anyways, he's Ground Ghost, which I just think is a badass combo because if you're fighting or a lot of types like can't affect him. So he's like he's both a tank because he can learn steel moves too. So he's a tank, But then he like is a ghost, and
He looks like a big like automaton, like a big
and
robot.
he's like a big robot.
Cool.
And so the first time I saw him, I saw like a big one, and I was like, "Well, that guy's badass." And then I saw the cute little one, and I was like, "You're super adorable." So I mean, both whole evolution wise, super cute, and they're really good to have on your team. Like I said, a lot of people like can't really touch him, and
He's very strong. Or
He's really strong. I'm back on the nicknaming things. I did give this one a nickname, and I named it Worf.
Worf?
Worf. Because I thought of the Warforged characters in D&D.
I'm realizing something that you said that I loved Bulbasaur because I loved weed.
Yeah.
When I did get Pokemon Green, I named him Reefer.
Oh my god.
And Sam loves robots.
Ghost robots.
Ghost
And
robots.
electricity.
Ghost robots.
It's cool. He's like a living. He's like a golem. He's Golurk. He's a golem that's
and
manifest.
he's really cute. He's also cute for a robot.
He's cute for a robot.
Because sometimes I feel like sometimes the big evolutions get like so big and crazy
Yeah.
that I'm like, you're
A lot of the like later generation ones. It's
they like get into this bigger than itself type thing, and I'm like, I don't really care. But this guy, he like gets to the perfect level, and I'm like, you're big, you're badass, but you're still kind of cute. So I like you.
I agree.
Yeah.
So my nom is based on how much I put this Pokemon to use when I played Black and White.
Black and white.
Yeah.
There we go.
Not a Pokemon from Black and White, though. Ditto.
Ditto.
When I played Black and White, I got really into breeding. And Ditto
breeding.
can breed with
Yeah.
anybody.
Ditto can fuck anything.
Yeah.
Ditto fucks.
Ditto.
You heard it here first.
Ditto fucks.
More than Mugman?
Well, Ditto fucks a lot.
Ditto fucks all.
Ditto is
Ditto might fuck the most.
Wow. That's very interesting because you've got Eevee, one that turns into many, and Ditto, one that can be any.
It's true. You like
You've
your
got,
versatility.
Pokemon in multitudes, yeah. Ditto's a cool Pokemon.
Yeah, tell me more.
I think it's just the sheer reading of
Utility
it for Ditto.
and
Yeah.
useful, yeah.
And I also really like the Ditto episode of the show where the Ditto can't change its face.
Oh,
And
yeah.
So any
yeah.
other Pokemon.
Oh, yes.
One of the better spoilers for Detective Pikachu. One of the better reveals in that movie is that one of the people in the movie is actually Ditto. It's a good
Right.
reveal.
Yes,
It's like
yes,
a good.
yes.
I mean, we figured
And
it out because
it
we're
takes it
adults,
from that first
but the
episode.
children were like, "Whoa!"
Oh my god.
And the two vocal ladies next to us figured out every twist and turn of that movie.
Oh, boy.
They're so smart.
I was
It was annoying.
Ditto's a good pick. Ditto's like
Ditto's
a very
amazing.
a practical Pokemon game pick.
Is
You're
Ditto?
gonna notice actually a lot of my picks are very
Ditto is.
practical.
Is there like a shiny Ditto? Ditto's normally pink or purple, right? What's a shiny Ditto look like?
I don't
Like
know.
white
I think,
or black or something?
No, I think it is just pink purple,
Okay.
but I'm not sure.
yeah, it's
but
like
I actually had a Japanese Ditto, which if you which means it's a Ditto from a Japanese version of the game, and
Yep.
if you use another region Pokemon, you have a higher chance of having a shiny egg.
Really?
So I did
damn.
did a lot of breeding.
And you probably traded to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Ditto's been around.
Yes.
Angus, what do you got? Does your Pokemon fuck?
No. Decide. Oh, well, I don't know. And actually, this one might get into interesting territory. I want to open it up for discussion.
Okay.
This Pokemon, I think, falls into the category of starts off very, very cute. Maybe one of the cuter Pokemons, in my opinion.
Yeah.
One of Pokemon. Pokemon's already plural. One of the cuter Pokemon, in my opinion. And I think whenever I think about a Pokemon I'd want to have like following me around, I always think of this one, and I don't know why. Pokemon. Wait, I've got the number here. I want to see. Actually, could you guys guess based off the number without looking at your
Without the number?
Without-
cheat sheet?
Yeah.
Number 32, 33, and 34. Nidoran, Nidorino, and Nido King.
yes.
Oh, yes.
Now, Nido Queen is essentially they're basically the same Pokemon. Do we lump them in as well? I just picked the
No.
purple one because
No.
I like Nido King because he's purple and he looks really cool at the end.
They
Like
look, I guess, yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
But they basically have the same moves. They're both poison and ground at the end, right?
They're both. Yeah,
yeah,
they are.
but they look different at the end because they have. I mean,
Well, it's just it's a male female version of the same Pokemon. But
right.
But there are male female versions of the same Pokemon for others. Are they the same?
I
that was
guess
the weird
not.
thing about
I guess
Yeah,
not.
Gen-
Gen
Generals.
1. Gen 1 had to like do two different Pokemon sets to be female and
Male.
and then now it's just like
yeah,
oh,
they're
this,
like, oh, well, they do it backwards.
put
They're
lipstick
like
on this
pink
one.
and
That's a
blue,
girl
yeah.
now.
So I like Nido King too because you need to like do the Moonstone to get him.
You have to make a choice too.
You have to make a choice.
Well, you only get so many moonstones
Yes.
in the game. You have to
So-
choose.
I don't know. I really like him. I think he looks really cool. I like his design. I like his color scheme. I think I don't know. I like his kind of standard
he's
image.
cool.
He evolves into, and like that's what I love about Pokemon. I think it's something that got lost a little bit somewhere, and I think it's back in Shield, or at least some of the more recent ones I've played.
Yeah.
Is that you've got these Pokemon that start off very little cutesy animals, and then as they evolve, they become more. I don't know. Like you used to like, oh yeah, no, that thing can protect itself. That thing is. I don't know. It's a thing I like to see. It actually feels like an evolution, where it's like it has become stronger. It looks that way.
Sure.
I think, and it's a poison ground, so like I think I'm realizing I like poison Pokemon. 2 of my nominations are poison. Poison's really good. Damage over time. I love damage over
You've
time
evolved
effects.
since just doing normal types. You've evolved since just not having Pokemon and just killing people
Exactly.
to get to the top.
See, I'm getting into it. I like poisoning people. That's the thing. Like I'm realizing, like maybe I wouldn't want a Nido King walking around with me because he might, I guess, jab someone with his horn and poison them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's
Everybody carries antidotes.
exactly. Everyone's got antidotes, and so if you don't move, the poison doesn't hurt you.
Oh, yes, true.
So there you go. So just freeze in place, and I'll go get you an antidote. Yeah. So I like him. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I think he's a cool Pokemon.
I like that. Okay, wow. Round 3, everyone. This is really hard for me.
It's very hard.
Shit.
I'm really.
It's tough. I'm even
struggling. I don't know
debating my third pick.
I don't even know which way to go because I don't know, because I damn it.
I don't know what way to go.
Oh,
either.
God.
It's tough.
And no legendaries yet.
Oh,
But
I don't really
I don't
care for like
I
I
only have 882 Pokemon to pick.
We only have 882 left.
Actually, I guess less than.
881. No, we don't.
Because of evolution.
Fuck. This is tough, guys. This is tough. I'm scared to do another starter, so I think I want to stay away from that.
Don't worry, I'll do another starter.
Oh man, this is.
A lot of my favorites are starters. I think they have the strongest designs, but that makes sense because they're the starters.
It does
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sense.
you're
Yeah.
right.
I like it's even too like where I see starters from other generations that I haven't played, and I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to play that one just so I can play with that starter.
Right. Oh, fuck, guys. I don't know.
It's tough, man. Right?
This is tough.
Do you want to skip? Do you want to skip and come back to you?
I've
That's
never-
unprecedented.
Unprecedented.
Titular.
Precedented? Is that it?
That's like someone saying like with all intensive purposes, or just like I could what is it? I could care less. Yeah. It's like so you unprecedented.
Okay. I think I have it.
Do you?
I think I have it. I'm going to go with a safer choice.
Ooh.
I think only because the other one is more selfish to me, and I just feel like it's not going to get anywhere.
Really?
Yeah, I like it a lot, but I'm trying to get some of my noms on this list. But also, this is what it is. This Pokemon, super useless in its first form.
Oh, good. This is a good pick. This is a good
Super
pick.
useless in its first form. Everybody hates it. It has one move, doesn't do anything. Literally, if you use it, does nothing. But then it turns into this giant fucking beast of a monster. I'm talking about Magikarp
Yeah,
Gyarados.
It's a good pick.
And then in Pokemon Silver and Gold, when they introduced
Catch
the
that red one.
Gyarados.
Does the red one even have different moves?
Nope.
I caught it.
It's
yeah.
like the first time they showed like a shiny Pokemon, I
Yeah.
think. And you're like, oh, Pokemon can have different colors.
It's like the first. Yeah.
But this one is like they give you like a better option to catch it because it's like an
event.
in-story one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You swim up to it. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
That's a good pick, man.
Thank you.
I understand it's definitely a safer pick.
safer
but
pick compared to what I was going to pick.
like I don't object to like it's not my favorite Pokemon, but I do respect its right to be nominated and perhaps even in the final 5. It's a good Pokemon.
He's fucking badass, Gyarados.
It's this, and specifically because it goes from being so useless to being incredibly useful. Like he's a good Pokemon.
And
with
he's
Gyarados.
strong too in
Strong
battle.
as
Yo,
hell.
Gyarados is so.
What type
powerful.
is Gyarados?
Water,
Is
dragon.
Is he water dragon or just water?
I don't know if he's dragon.
I think he is.
Let's check. Refer to the list.
Gyarados, water, flying.
Flying.
okay.
Flying.
Flying.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
He's so
Can he learn
strong
fly?
though. Like I had to take him out of my party because I got him early on, and I was like, "You're you're too powerful. Like,
broken.
I don't want
Can
to
you get him in Shield? Is he in Shield? Sarah and I are playing Shield. You guys
you
are playing
can
Sword.
get him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm playing Sword.
Yeah.
We've
catch
got
him.
'Cause, yeah, you
we've
can
got
get
Magikarp.
Also-
did you guys ever pay for the Magikarp in the first game?
Pay for it?
Pay?
Yeah, there was like a one of the gyms or something. There's some guy who would offer you a Magikarp for a very high price before you got a rod.
I think I probably did.
Oh,
Yeah, I paid for him every time.
I will
Really,
say,
eh?
Yeah.
I think I've only actually evolved a Magikarp to Gyarados once. Every other time because I played Gold mostly, I would just grab the
red
in
one?
the lake. And I like red too, so I'm just like, it's right up my alley.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Especially with the old games where you had to get them into battle. Now it's like, if he's just in your party or you feed him curry, he gets XP.
Oh yeah.
Well, they also
should we
changed
top-
it. Magikarp gets better moves now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I liked him
Magikarp-
better when he was just Splash.
Splash.
Well,
He,
his
like,
moves are like
Now he can
slightly
tackle.
better.
Is there any
Yeah,
chance
they're not good,
he
but-
can't splash water onto someone, right? It's not like a 1 in 10 type
Splash
thing.
is like
it
nothing.
does
It does
nothing.
nothing. Like the description is
So
it
funny.
does
But
That's
now he has
so
like
funny.
tackle or like I think it's flail or something that like
Yeah.
damages him at the same time. He's not great on his own, but yes, I love the jump between Magikarp and Gyarados. Even in the TV show,
It's amazing.
An amazing like
Yeah.
turn. You're like, oh, that thing. They make fun of that Magikarp the entire episode, and then it turns to Gyarados and just fucks.
That's
up
like what I'm
everything.
talking about. Like where you've got this small, unassuming creatures, and it evolves into something like
Very cool.
The most
truly
powerful.
like powerful. Yeah.
Sam, what do you got?
All right. Well, I mean, this has been very hard, and
It's so hard.
some of the ones that I want to say are like things that I like that I know will never
Yes,
like
I-
really.
I-
I'm
Guys,
like I resonate with this.
I'm
but
just picking ones I like.
I
Just pick
know,
ones you like.
and so I am, and I do like this one, but I'm also picking it for fear that it doesn't get on the list if I feel like it should
Yeah.
be. So I'm a little martyring myself, but Pikachu has to be
Thank
on the
God.
list.
Pikachu.
Pikachu has to be on the list.
Wow.
He's on
Pikachu
everything.
has to be nominated. Does Pikachu really need to be in the top 5?
I
We'll see.
see. That's not what we're talking about right now. Right
Oh, no,
now,
you
I'm
just said- okay,
nominating.
on this-
I am
on the long list.
nominating
Sorry.
Pikachu.
Yeah.
I think it would be insane if Pikachu wasn't at least in the top 12.
Sure.
He's like the icon and
He is.
started it all. He's pretty much shows up in everything. I think. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't show up in some of the games, but
No, he's in every game.
and they use him pretty much all the time. They use him in the
sure?
movies. They've got Detective Pikachu spin-offs. Like he is the symbol. And you know what? He's really cute. And he's not powerful. I mean, he's a good electric little Pokemon. And he's got a lot of little... we're doing the whole evolution. So he's got his like Pichus. He's got the little plus and minus ones. He's got Raichu. And
those are connected? I didn't
Yeah,
think.
they're-
Okay.
Pichu.
yeah,
Pichu.
they're connected.
Yeah.
So
Good in Smash Bros.
Exactly. I was
of them
gonna
are.
say
They both
Pichu?
are.
he's
Really?
actually
Oh, yeah.
yo
Pichu sucks.
Pikachu is one of
Peach is really good.
Pichu hurts itself though.
It's very good.
Yo, Pikachu is one of
Okay.
my favorite go-tos in
Yeah.
Smash Bros,
Pikachu
which
I
is
get.
half
Pichu
the
I
reason
don't
I
get.
am actually nomming him because I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? I love playing Pikachu in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
So like, whatever your game of
Could
choice
you-
is, he's there.
Oh man, could
He's
you imagine
there.
a Smash Bros style game that is just
Oh my god!
all a bunch of Pokemon and you just make your own trainer and you get to pick like 3 and then you switch between them? And
You know what
Smash?
Chaos.
Oh, so
Chaos.
good.
Pikachu had to be on this list.
I think.
I definitely think so too. I don't like the random Pikachu spin-offs that's not like Pichu or Raichu. It's like
The plus and minus
Middle and
Oh
Plusle.
god, yeah,
Yeah,
they're,
that's
they're
the-
annoying.
they're-
I thought those were separate Pokemon. I didn't.
Are
realize
they okay? They are.
I don't think
separate
that
Pokemon.
evolves
They are-
into Pikachu.
They are
No, they are
separate. It's just
completely
weird that they look like
They
Pikachu.
look identical. To
Well, and there's the
Pikachu.
little ghost Pikachu now.
Yeah.
Like the
Is
thing
there
that
a ghost
Well,
Pikachu?
there's a creature that wears a Pikachu costume so it doesn't scare people.
Exactly.
Ooh, is that? Wait. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna like
Can we
scroll
say it?
in the new one.
I'm not going to nominate it. You can say it.
So
if you
there's
Oh,
like
it's Mimikyu.
want. Mimikyu.
okay, not Mimikyu. There's another one in the new one who looks kind of Pikachu-esque, and it's like he's weird because he's like normal, but then every other turn he swaps between normal and dark.
Oh, that's the new one. Yeah, I
he's-
don't like him.
Yeah, he's really weird.
Annoying.
But anyways, I think Pikachu was a good,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
and I also love electric types. So as as a starter, that's never an option, right? So when Yellow came out and like your starter was an electric, I was like super stoked. I mean, it sucks when you go against Brock or whatever first, but like it's fine.
Well, same with Charmander, right? You go against Brock. You're
Yeah.
like, I have Scratch and Fire. So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
nothing.
But
No, it's good. And like, yeah, Pokemon Yellow made me like Pikachu way more.
oh my
too,
god,
'cause
I
he's
love
the only Pokemon.
I evolved him. I'm a monster, and then he stops walking with you.
Kids on the playground. Once again, I remember talking about this. There were kids on the playground who would not. They would not. I actually saw a kid was playing on the playground on their Game Boy, and their Pikachu was about to evolve, and like another kid tried to grab the Game Boy from him to stop him from evolving it.
That's
Like-
weird because you have to use a Thunderstone.
Yeah, people are fucking weird.
Yeah.
They
Man, I regretted it because as soon as he didn't walk beside me anymore, which I didn't like no, and I like did it, and I was like, I regret it.
I think that should be a feature in all the games now. I should be able to have any one of my Pokemon follow me, even if they're. I guess if they're like a whale lord.
Well, now you can go camping with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you play like a toy for them and stuff like that.
Make curry.
Make curry. Top 5 curries. Sarah's today. Sarah, one more Pokemon. What do you have?
I picked another Pokemon because of versatility.
So practical.
I'm probably gonna have to tell you guys which one this is. Rotom.
No,
Oh,
I
no.
have him highlighted.
Oh, nice.
I do.
I just think so he's the Pokemon. He's a ghost electric, and he's the one who powers your phone in the new game and your bike.
Yeah, he's that thing.
So he
He's
can.
the little guy with the wheel, the little rock.
Yeah,
guy?
and he's just a ghost. He's an electric ghost. He possesses different
I'll find his
appliances,
number here.
so you
Hold
can
on.
actually change his type to like electric fire or electric water,
Cool.
depending on what appliance he possesses. So he can be like a
$4.79?
washing machine.
Yeah, and I didn't realize you could get him in every type,
I haven't
which is
seen this
super
guy at
cool.
all.
Super
Well,
cool.
every time you open up the Pokedex or like the town map, you'll see
Yeah.
like a little picture of this thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
shit.
just thought
Okay.
if I
Cool.
would actually lived in the Pokemon world, what Pokemon would I want? And I would want the one that is a phone.
Is
I would
a
want. I
phone,
would like a phone, please.
Is a bike. Is a backpack.
Yeah,
Now I get to talk about the type of Pokemon I don't like.
I know.
The type of Pokemon that is just an inanimate object
with
come
eyes.
to life.
But it's different because he possesses an object.
That is true. That's a bit cooler. I don't know if I've seen this guy yet. That seems really cool.
He is really cool.
You've definitely
If
seen
you
him
played
because
the
he's
new
your
game,
phone.
yeah, he would have popped up
He is
right
your
away.
Was there a
phone.
cutscene explaining that he's my phone?
Yes.
Oh wow, I really haven't been paying attention to that game. I gotta say, guys,
He's
the
also your
story
bike.
in
Yeah, he's also your bike, and that's explained too.
The story.
no,
in-
they said that he powers my bike. I
Yes,
thought he was
he-
the little
he-
rock guy with the wheel, though.
No, he basically just what inhabits your bike.
Yeah.
Alright.
For short periods of time.
Yeah, I gotta say the story in Pokemon games are pretty unbearable,
They're not great.
especially
And-
this new one.
Well,
It's
that's funny.
rough.
It's funny because out
Do
of
you
all
love
of-
it?
No, I just think out of all of them, it's probably the most tolerable. I think because they're all pretty bad.
Gold, they kind of just let you go to it. They're just like, here you go, go off and do your thing.
No, there's
think
like
the
a
first
Team
one's
Rocket.
good.
There's like a Team Rocket thing.
No,
going
I
on.
get, I get that, but there's not like wishing stars and the power of friendship and special bracelets that make your.
I'm still
You have
crossing.
to spin in the spot holding a special berry to evolve when you're Pokemon.
It's cool.
In this.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
It's
That's not part of the
cool.
story.
crossing.
How will you ever figure
You
that out
don't
on your
have
own?
a rival named Douche, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
what did you
not-
guys name your rivals?
You could name it in this one?
You
No.
can't name it
No,
in
you
this one.
can't.
Oh, okay.
No, and you're friendly with your rival in this one. Back in my day, you were mean to your rival,
I was.
and they were mean to you.
I was lame. I always named mine Gary.
Mine was Gary.
Yeah.
Mine was Gary.
I feel like mine was also Gary. I don't know. I don't remember.
Gary's a dick.
I would name mine like fuckface or something, and I would snicker.
Angus would name his tongue.
No, I didn't even know you then.
That's true.
I didn't
And you
even
still
know you then.
had a little inkling in your heart that I would be your rival one day.
Of course.
Angus, one last nomination.
Mm.
Here we go.
Okay. I've thought long and hard about this.
It's from Gen 1.
It's not.
Oh,
It is from Gen 2, though.
that's fine.
Look,
We don't have any Gen 2 Pokemon.
this Pokemon has been with me through thick and thin. I told you I started the game 800 times, Pokemon Gold. And
Choose the right one.
almost every time I picked this Pokemon. Almost every single
Come
time.
on, you say the right one.
I
now.
picked my boy, number 158, 159, and 160, Totodile.
Yes, that was the one I was gonna pick.
Oh, you were? Oh,
was-
this guy's
I feel
fucking
like you're
awesome.
very on dinosaur themed. You've picked all
I
dinosaurs.
guess I am. Well, he's a crocodile.
He's a crocodile.
Crocodile.
Well,
Technically, he's a crocodile and an
dinosaur,
alligator.
reptile, whatever.
Well, actually, they're different. Their legs are different, right?
Okay, you're right.
legs don't
You're
go
right.
straight
You're
down.
right. Sorry, but they're
No,
all
I
dinosaurs.
definitely have a theme. You're absolutely right. I love this guy. Also, we don't have any water Pokemon on the list.
I was gonna say Sobble. Sorry, Onimensch.
I gotta say,
we have Gyarados.
oh right,
Oh,
we do,
yeah,
we do,
yeah,
we do.
yeah,
Sorry, we do.
yeah.
But Totodile, Crocodile for alligator.
Yep.
A classic 3 arc. Like he's cute. He looks dumb, and then he looks cool.
Listen, I
Like all
love-
teenagers.
Like yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Is
He gets
also the
dumpy
Pokemon.
for a while and then
Yeah.
gets jacked and is like 7 feet. I was
Comes
looking at
through puberty.
That was
Real-
the thing too.
real good.
I was looking at the Pokemon today.
Glow up.
He starts off at 2 feet tall, and then when he's for alligator, he's like 7, 8 or something like that.
He gets beefed up. He's
Yeah, and
beefcake.
but the I think the water guys always get shafted like this. He's just water. He's not like water or anything else. He's just so that's maybe like a weakness a little bit. But water's good. Like water's good. He learns.
Water
you know-
is great.
Yeah,
I
that
love
just
water
doesn't mean he
type.
has a double weakness, you know?
Yeah. And so
Water's pretty strong.
God, I love Totodile. I think he's got a great design, especially in the pixel art too. Like before they kind of took them all 3D, the art for Pokemon games was always so good on the Game Boy. Always so good. Looks so good. And I think this was one of the cooler looking Pokemon. And he's got a lot of good moves. He's got like bite and scratch, all the stuff, like a lot of normal moves, but then he's got these good water moves. And he's got a lot of I feel like actually got a pretty high damage stat.
Yeah, he's good. I also played Pokemon Silver a zillion times, and I always picked Totodile.
Right?
Never picked
my
anyone.
boy. Dude, everyone fucking picked Cyndaquil.
Yeah.
Cyndaquil, cool Pokemon.
Cyndaquil's.
Oh, I picked
I like
Totodile.
I love-
You guys picked Totodile?
Yeah.
I never played that one.
Oh, you'd love it.
But
you should
if
play
I
it.
did,
She probably picked.
I'm a water starter.
Totodile's great.
no, yeah, I usually pick
I
the
picked-
water starters.
I like Cyndaquil.
I don't generally pick the water starter. This is the only one where I do.
I like Cyndaquil a lot.
I feel like I would have liked Cyndaquil maybe.
Typhlosion.
But-
Cool name. Cool name.
Cool
Cool
fucking
name. For Alligator, less cool name. I
Who's
would think
the grass is Chikorita?
Chikorita.
Yeah.
pretty weak. Pretty
Angus,
weak. Pretty
before
weak
we
sauce one.
close out
She's
the
pretty
first
weak.
half of the show, can you give us your best Totodile impression?
Totodile. Totodile.
Okay, all right.
Totodile.
Well,
hey,
Angus
I'm
is-
walking here. It's me, Totodile.
Well, Angus is working on his impressions and his New York accent.
Oh, dude, wait. Ask me something.
Okay,
Ask me like a yes or no question.
Do you like Pokemon?
Crocodile.
All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll be back.
Damn it.
Angus, what's wrong?
I want to support the Podcavern.
You can.
What do you mean?
You can.
I can support the Podcavern?
Are you bummed because you can't support the podcast?
Yeah, I want to. I love all the shows, and they're free. They're free shows, which is so generous that they're free quality content. And I want to know how to give back, but I just don't know how.
Angus, I'm surprised you don't know this,
do you-
considering you have a podcast on the podcast.
Heroes Don't Do Paperwork?
Yeah.
The hit new podcast on Podcavern?
That's right.
The one critics are calling a podcast, I guess?
Yeah, they're saying this is a podcast.
It's certainly a thing.
That's right. Now, Angus, you
Yeah,
can support
Tuong.
the Podcavern. Everybody can support the Podcavern.
What? How?
Buy
Tell me
stuff
right now.
Off Amazon. Now, you're like, I don't like Amazon. Listen, you can stick it to them.
Yeah.
You use the Amazon affiliate link on podcavern.com at the top of the page. You can use that link, and anything you buy off Amazon, a little kickback goes towards the Podcavern to help fund our shows.
So it's like a heist. I used the secret code
Yeah.
found at the Podcavern website, podcavern.com. I click on the affiliate link. I save that as my bookmark.
Yep.
So the next time I go to Amazon, I'm right there. I'm in. I hacked the mainframe.
You
And
son of
any-
a bitch.
Does it? But wait, and I can't remember if you said this already.
Okay.
Does it change how much the thing costs for me?
Doesn't change a thing. It's the same price.
It's the perfect crime.
You are now ready for a heist movie. What's your favorite heist?
You stealing my heart right now.
Top five.
Snorlax, Pikachu.
Charmeleon, War Turtle.
You guys are ruining
I have to show you some really
Oh, what
fun
are you trying to
fan
do?
art
He's
I
trying to
did
get the
after.
Poké Rap, I think.
It's a chair. It's a dog. It's a door. These are all Pokemon. Head of cabbage. Eye of lettuce.
Pile of garbage.
Pile of garbage. Ice cream cone. Some of these were real Pokemon.
Grab some Pokemon. You just do the singing. I'll take care of the hard part. Let's get it on. I want to feel
Oh, I love the part that's not a rap.
I forgot about this part.
Electro, Diglett, Nidoran, Mankey, Venusaur, Rattata, Fearow.
You guys can't see this, but we're bopping our heads to this thing.
It's a bop.
Gotta catch 'em all. All right, we're back, everyone. Wow, what a break. We sang the entire Poke Rap the entire time.
All 890.
Yeah. Aged just a few years by doing that.
Yeah,
But,
it's
a long
it takes
rap.
years off your life.
You know what? Surprisingly enough, nothing rhymes in that rap.
No.
But you don't have to rhyme to rap. It's all about that beat, I guess. I don't know. I'm just assuming that's what Eminem
Yeah,
would say.
Pokemon. the Poke Rap came out in a time when rapping about like do your vegetables and eat your home. Oh fuck. And learning's cool, and don't forget to always listen to your mom. It's just like 90s rap.
Hey, man,
it's good.
that's cool.
It is cool. Those are
rap.
the cool things. I wish Eminem rapped about that.
Yeah. And we did the rap because we want to start on a positive note because I feel like things are going to get heated. Sarah looked me dead in the eye and she basically said "fuck you," and I don't know why. I didn't do anything wrong.
Basically.
I didn't do anything wrong, but I'm gonna name these Pokemon. I'm gonna judge all Pokemon trainers in this room their facial expressions on the Pokemon I'm about to say. So our list of 12 is Charmander. We have Snorlax, Eevee, Bulbasaur, Yamper, Golett, Ditto, Nidoran, Magikarp, Pikachu, Rotom, and Totodile. Obviously, we have those like evolutions in between, but
Yeah, so don't add us on Twitter, okay?
we know they evolve.
Yeah,
We get it.
We get it.
Or there's
Did
a
you not
baby
listen to
version
the? Did you not listen to the previous 2 hours of this show? We mentioned it that for people that are just starting the podcast right now.
Yeah. Several people start at the second half of the episode.
They get to the Amazon ad, they skip that part, and then they start listening.
I hope they liked us making out during the.
Oh my God.
They probably loved it. Oh yeah. Okay. Sam.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got to star some Pokemon here.
Yeah, no, I
I'll let
agree.
you do the honors of starring the first Pokemon for further consideration.
Well, in a true Leslie style, not to be too crass, I'm gonna nom my own. I-
Is that a thing?
that a-
Leslie?
Isn't that a thing he does sometimes? And he makes a really cool comment about it, and I don't know how to be that cool, but
God,
he's always
everything
like,
he says is so
I
cool.
know he's like, I don't want to be like whatever about it, and I can't think of the like lingo he uses, but he tries to like slide his own in there without being a jerk. Maybe I'm projecting, and that never has happened in my
Maybe,
life.
I don't know.
But I'm gonna say Snorlax because I think he.
Okay, we're going to start for further consideration. Sarah, can you star one for further consideration?
I can certainly do that. I'm going to star Charmander.
Okay,
Good star, good star.
interesting.
I would agree with the
I feel like
star.
you're sucking up to me just to lay down the hammer here.
I'm waiting.
Angus?
In classic Angus fashion, I'm going to nominate someone else's. Please hold your applause. There's a couple here. I'm going to start with Eevee. I think Eevee's a
Yes.
good nom.
Ooh, I do think Eevee's a good
Maybe
nom,
even
too.
better than the poster child of Pokemon themselves.
I
But
mean,
we'll get
they
into
did
that.
use Eevee.
I'm going to star Pikachu because it has to be talked about.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
have to
I
talk
agree.
about
I
this.
agree.
We can't just leave
You're
it.
great. You're right.
What else? So that's Charmander, Snorlax, Eevee,
Pikachu.
and Pikachu.
Yo,
Who
I'd
else?
throw Bulbasaur on there.
Sure, yeah.
Thanks.
Now we only have Gen 1 Pokemon.
I know. But okay, here's
Totodile?
the thing. Here's what I feel. I
There's
feel
some love
like
for Totodile.
I love Totodile.
I'd love to fight for Golurk, but I'm not going to sell y'all on Golurk. Like,
No,
I
I
just,
I'm gonna catch one now, though.
Yo, he's
In
amazing,
Shield.
and
I'm
I
gonna play
do
Shield.
recommend him, but I am not going to fight for him.
I don't
'cause
get the
I
cuteness
just-
of him. I'm actually in an area where there's a many Golurks and Goletts, and
Oh,
I'm just,
even the baby ones you don't think are
I
cute?
caught. They're okay.
Yo, they're
The
little
Goletts?
tangs.
They don't
They're
do
so
any-
cute.
They don't do
They're
anything
so
for me.
cute. Oh my god.
They don't do
okay.
anything.
Well, I'm not
Okay.
gonna fight for him, but I
enough.
recommend.
May I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It sounds like you can go let yourself out.
that's good. That's good.
Thank
I
you.
see. All right. Well, I'm crossing him off the list then.
Oh yeah, no, I already did when you
Wow,
started.
Yes,
that's
yeah, yeah.
rude. I just had
That's
to.
not rude. You said you were gonna get rid of him.
I guess. Well, then I think we should get rid of Yamper too.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Is that the one you're gonna fight me on?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Strong.
Can I just hear what your thought on
Oh yeah.
Yamper was?
Okay. Yeah. Let me. You have a strong hate for this Pokemon.
I really do not like Yamper.
How come?
Why?
They are everywhere.
Yep.
I do not like them. I have the water starter. It's
Yeah.
so rude.
Oh, because they're
Oh, but he's
They're like the
using
first thing you
Nuzzle.
find, and they're everywhere.
Wait, is
and
Nuzzle an electric?
I also don't think they're the best dog Pokemon out there.
No, they're not.
Like by far.
I'd rather have a.
Quadrupedal.
I'm trying. Well,
Growler.
okay. So yeah. So
No,
I didn't want
everyone
to
would.
drown the list with Gen 1 Pokemon.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So as far as new Pokemon go, I thought Yamper's a pretty good one. But that said, I do like me Growlithe.
You
He's
know
on my
what?
list.
Actually, electric and not a dog, but more of a cat, and whatever. I could have saved.
and not a Pokemon, but actually more of
No.
a.
I mean, I could have saved this for Ani Mensch, but
Such a
I would
Digimon.
have. Actually, one of my highlighted Pokemon was Shinx from I don't know what gen,
yeah.
but she was an elect.
Is that with a J?
I assume it's a she,
Jinx. I
but no,
think it's Jinx.
Shinx.
You're a big
Shinx.
Jinx
It's an evolution of Jinx.
Shinx, I think turns into Shinxie, turns into Luxray or some shit. I don't know.
Wow.
But
You're saying words I don't
really cool quadrupedal electric type
Yeah.
and better than Yamper, I would say.
So
So,
I
that's
like-
all I'm saying.
That's fair. I like Boltund a lot. I think Bolton
I
is like a
didn't
nice.
see the evolution until
Yeah,
you
I think
showed me.
Bolton's like a. He looks like a.
Spoilers.
what's that movie?
And he's not
Balto.
that cool though.
Bolt.
Bolton
He
looks like
becomes kinda lame.
Bolt. Yeah. I like him a lot. I think he's great, and I see why you would not like him starting with Sobble. It looks
Yeah.
like, right? But that Nuzzle move in Pokemon Sword and Shield, like that's a really handy. He's an early Pokemon where it's easy.
He's handy to have in your
I
party.
had one
He
for
is handy to have
about
in
an
your party.
hour.
Really?
And then I got another electric Pokemon and was like, get out of here.
Nah.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, are we putting this dog down then?
Yeah, we are. Whoa!
Is this an old Yeller thing?
Wow. Well, Tuong, you nominated. You have to kill it.
Well, old
It's
Yamper.
your dog.
It's old Yamper.
Yeah, it's old Yamper.
Oh no.
man.
What else do we want to star here?
I mean, I'd love to star.
Totodile, is that what you're saying?
I'd love to star Totodile or Nidoking. Nidoran are my favorite
I don't
Pokemons.
think Nido-
But
I was gonna say Nidoran needs to Nido run away.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, hey, I guess the zinger came before the argument, so you just win and it's gone.
you know that's how it works here.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hope's crushed. I was literally about to say
You know
like
what?
one of
I'm
my
trying
all-time
to
favorite
learn-
Pokemon
Of all time?
because then generally that carries some sway with. But these people are heartless. And
Why?
I don't know. I'm just drawn to him.
Yeah,
this
I-
kind of magnetic connection. With
He's very similar to
It's-
Feraligatr.
It's okay.
No. I'm just saying.
I like him more than Feraligatr.
You like him more than Feraligatr.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know. You just think
Who's
he's cool.
for alligator?
Totodile's
Totodile.
evolution.
You know what? It's okay.
You sure?
I don't have a choice. The three of you all just said no. I can't. I'm not going to convince all three of you.
I want to hear why you like him so much. That's all. Before we let him go.
It's not worth the time, really. It truly isn't anymore. No, like, because like, honestly,
You broke
no,
Angus.
because then it's just
finally
me
came
talking
up
about
with
something.
one.
It's gonna just be me talking about something I wish would happen, and then knowing it's not gonna happen, and then watching it not happen.
if-
Why would I?
In a positive note, you're giving it its proper goodbye.
No, I think Nido ran away is perfect. I can't.
Okay. All right.
I can't top that
All
with
right.
with a plea. So that's a real shame.
That's. Now I feel bad. Sarah, can you can you reel this guy in?
What did I do? What did I do? I didn't do anything. My nomination was shot down. That's okay. It's
I
my
have
favorite
caught
Pokemon.
A lot
Mine
of
was
Nidorino in Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
To give Angus candies
Yeah.
because he loves them so much.
When
Yeah.
when I got Pokemon Go and
give your
they
candies
added
away?
the
he makes me Nidoran makes me happy because it makes Angus happy.
the
but-
oh,
that's
thank you, babe.
adorable.
Well, so as soon as I don't know if I can quantify why it is I like him so much. He just to me is a quintessential Pokemon. I don't know why. When I think Pokemon, I think Nidoran and
Yeah.
his evolution. He grows and changes.
And I think that's a fair argument, though, right? For
Well,
this
not
podcast.
really.
No, that's
I mean-
totally fair.
I mean-
That's totally fair.
Okay, so what
Strike
else
against
should
him though.
we nominate?
He's one of the Pokemon that the bad guy in the first game has.
Oh, cool! I didn't know that.
true.
Giovanni.
I didn't know that. That's really cool.
It's the final gem.
Then I guess, yeah, because I shouldn't even go near trying to nominate one of my own. Magikarp Gyarados.
Yeah, I like
Because
that.
if
I know.
Totodile's not on the list, I feel like we need a water Pokemon.
Okay, you're just like, what? Totodile's not on the list.
I don't think.
Is Totodile on the list?
No.
What do you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I love
don't know.
Totodile. I think Totodile is a lot stronger than a lot of these other Pokemon.
I also like Totodile. A lot.
I mean,
I like Totodile a lot.
I don't know. I once again, I'm not going to be able to convince you all, but I would much rather roll with a Totodile than a Snorlax.
Well, it's not
Oh,
about
boy.
rolling with.
Oh, boy.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Like if I had to make a six Pokemon squad,
Right, you're right.
out of these Pokemon, I would not take Snorlax.
Yeah, I would, and
This is
Totodile
why
would
the
be my water
criteria or
type. I
grand
know.
rules are like kind of
yeah,
wishy-washy,
it's different
right?
when you're
'Cause
battling.
Yeah,
versus-
it's way different.
That's why I was like,
But
well,
but think about it's not just about battling though. Think about the world of Pokemon.
yeah.
It's not just
Who
about
are you
battling.
rolling with? Yeah, I see
It's
what you're saying.
about friendship.
Yeah, you're right.
and-
Yeah.
And I'd
and
rather it's
compatri-
Snorlax.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah, no,
And that's
but
fine.
I see what you're saying.
come
I see
home
what you're
to
as
Snorlax?
we've learned, Sam, your opinion is worth more than mine. So that's okay. Just-
Sarah,
I
he's
had
doing
to-
that thing again.
I had to.
saying. Or I yell more at the end.
No.
You gotta work me up at the beginning.
Snorlax is great. Yeah. So, what are these other guys? What are we doing with these? Gyarados, Rotom, Totodile, Ditto. Are they getting started?
I
Or are they
really
cut?
like Rotom.
Do you like Rotom
I
enough
like
to
Rotom.
fight for him?
I like Rotom
I
just
would kinda
from the
back her up
like
on
the
that.
just the weirdness he adds to the Pokemon world.
You okay?
You showed me a picture of him. I still don't know what he looks like. I've forgotten already.
Yeah.
You don't need to though because he
keeps
just
changing
possesses. Yeah.
So is he just a
You
ghost?
get every
he's
type
an
with
electric
him.
ghost, and
let me
he
try to find him
likes
again.
to.
But he's not
possess-
just electric. He's every type.
Yeah. He likes to.
Yeah, it sounds like we've
things.
got one of those, Evie.
Yeah,
You're right. You're right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
fair.
They
From a
just-
person, like, I'm
Eevee
not-
gets to turn into any type, but
But
only
wait,
gets to land
isn't
on one.
Rotom,
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, is he like ghost plus another type? So he's
He's-
always ghost and then another type.
No, he's always electric.
Oh, he's always electric and another
His
type.
base is ghost.
Oh,
So
okay.
his just plain Rotom.
All right, here he
Rotom
is, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
ghost.
What number? What number is he?
I
Oh,
don't
I found him here
know.
already.
Wow.
It's
Oh,
that-
you're right. He's always electric. That's
He's
really
always
cool.
electric,
Yeah.
and then he starts off
I
as
think he's
ghost.
479.
Is he 479?
Yeah,
Or is that just the,
I found him.
Is he 479?
Yeah, and then electric fire if he's a.
But look at all
he's
these
a
forms
heater,
he takes. Oh wait, that
If he's
that
a
can't be
washing
real.
machine, he's
That's
water.
cool.
He can be
Yeah,
a
yeah,
And
fridge.
I'm just a sucker for electrics too. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I'm
not
here for
dog
him, but-
electrics, apparently.
No, not dog electrics.
Lawnmower, freezer.
Look, dude, Sam does not care how much you care about or how much sentimental value you have tied
no.
to a Pokemon. I'm on your side. What
Not at all?
does this oh no mean? I'm on
no.
your side. I'm trying to help you out.
You know what? You want to scrap him? Find your own funny pun.
For Rotom?
I would rather have Ditto than Rotom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, sure. Scrap
Guys,
Rotom.
Rotom, it sounds like scrotum. They like write themselves.
You're right. Cut.
The only problem I have with that is that we all have it's only Gen 1 Pokemon.
Yeah, I
like-
know.
yeah.
I know.
I hear.
Oh, except there's a Gen 2 Pokemon that hasn't been starred yet that everyone seemed to like, but I feel like the issue is that I nominated him.
No, no, no.
Because Bulbasaur is already starred.
Yeah, no, Bulbasaur's great, but Bulbasaur, like, come on.
I mean, if I had to pick, I would pick between Bulbasaur and Totodile.
Oh, interesting.
I would,
Just because they are starters.
I would agree with that.
Oh, are we
too.
using that against them? Because they're
Well-
starters? They're like,
Well, no, that's a good point though. I mean, like not against them, but it's
sounds-
something
okay.
we can consider
You-
between the list.
Bulbasaur is the
More-
only grass type we have.
yeah, I mean, I don't see how we cut Bulbasaur from the list.
I don't think we cut Bulbasaur.
Do we?
No.
We can
It's up to you.
No.
Well, you're on the podcast, Tung, so what's your opinion?
Well, I'd like to hear more about so is Ditto and Rotom gone? Is that what we're saying here?
I didn't say no to Ditto.
No, we didn't.
I'm not a
say-
big Rotom fan.
Rotom's gone.
Rotom
But
is-
Ditto's
Is
still
Rotom gone?
I think
Okay.
Rotom's gone.
Okay.
I'm not going to fight
Okay.
too hard. I just think he's real cool.
I think he's cool too.
He's okay.
Powers your bike, man.
He does power my bike.
Got to be good to him.
Yeah, he's
And
good.
he like,
What?
can I
He
just
said
one
that-
little side note? Like,
Okay.
I didn't like see him in the wild in this new game. I was just like
Can you?
minding my own
Yes, you
business.
can.
But like, it was raining, and I was like biking around, and I just got electrocuted, and then he appeared, and I thought that was really cool because I was like, "What is happening?" Like, I didn't run into anyone. I was just minding my own business, and it was like, "Choo-choo!" And then I was in a fight with a Rotom, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" Like, I don't
That is
even know
kinda
where
cool.
you
That
is
came
neat.
from. Like, that was neat. So,
I'd rather keep Rotom than Ditto, to be honest.
I mean, so would I, to be honest. But
Oh,
I just.
he sounds more. I mean, I guess a different type.
It doesn't
of
matter because I feel like
Ditto's
maybe
used for fucking.
maybe neither
Ditto,
of them are
if-
making it.
If you're
so-
a breeder, if you're into Pokemon breeding, you need a Ditto.
yeah,
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 Like,
yeah,
it's-
But
yeah.
if you're
kind of an
into
essential.
living, Rotom makes it easier.
Yes.
So, I don't know.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
So we've got these two nominations that are all about like,
Doing stuff.
well, they're all about versatility. I know you were on
Yeah.
theme. Does Ditto or Rotom, do they actually have like, I guess they kind of have some kind of personality, but like they
Ditto doesn't.
Ditto in the TV show.
but
certainly
Ditto,
does.
right.
Ditto as a species, you know,
Yeah,
'cause,
Ditto
like
as a species. They're just kind
I
of
think
like
Rotom has a personality.
yeah,
Rotom definitely
for
does.
sure.
it's a
Rotom
Pokemon that
does.
charges your phone.
Oh, it's
But
mischievous.
Yeah.
It's like a
He
gadget.
likes to possess things.
So
and
if
cause
you were
some
to
havoc.
Okay.
breed a
Hey, fuck
Rotom
it.
with a
Let's
Ditto, would you
keep
get a
Rotom.
different type every time?
I don't know. I don't know if Rotom is breedable.
I mean, I already crossed it out, but we can totally bring Rotom back. Like
I mean,
I'm okay with keeping Rotom, to be honest, but
Okay.
if that's
are we bringing Rotom
We can-
back?
we
from
can
the-
drop-
Is this Skittles?
We can drop Ditto. He needs to have
his props.
Yo,
his
for sure,
props
props.
for
Yeah.
being there for me while I pumped out like hundreds of eggs.
It's
I
just
think
like
he was
Di-
pumping out the eggs, or
Did
they
I-
were pumping
yeah,
out the
I
eggs.
know.
So
just
if
feel
we're
bad.
like scrapping
Yeah.
people that were just here for props, are we scrapping Pikachu?
scrapping.
Well, we got it. But okay, we still.
I don't know. You could talk about
Magikarp
it.
and Magikarp and Totodile haven't been starred yet.
Oh, I started.
I started
Magikarp.
Magikarp.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then Totodile, I like a lot too, but I don't see. Like, I like him better than Nidoran, and I like him better than Bulbasaur. But
I
that's,
also like him better than Bulbasaur, but that's just a personal
Really?
preference.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa,
It's just because I always pick
like
water
Bulbasaur
starters,
more.
so to be
Yeah.
Bulbasaur
But
is
Yeah, I
that
would
I
said,
have no emotion.
That
I mean-
said, I also like Bulbasaur more than Gyarados, so I'm all over the
Yeah.
place.
yeah.
huh. Okay. Well,
What about Pikachu? Should we cut Pikachu?
I mean, I would cut Pikachu.
I would cut Pikachu.
I think Pikachu's.
I only wanted him out there because I felt like we needed to talk about him.
He's a good mascot.
He's a good mascot.
If we had Pikachu on the list, I would say he's a number 5.
Yeah. So maybe we should just cut him.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I would say he's number 5. So at that point, why don't we just pick a bet?
So
I agree.
My problem with Pikachu is Raichu.
Yes,
actually.
and Pichu.
That's what I mean. I cried when I evolved my Pikachu. I was like, why did I do
Well, Raichu's such a small, because all these Pokemon turn into these giant things, or they morph really differently.
Yeah.
Where Raichu is just a different color palette and a longer tail.
No,
Yeah,
he gets
it's
bigger.
true.
He gets big. He
But
gets
not-
fat.
Doesn't
He gets
look
little
like much of a
bigger.
game.
he gets plumper. Yeah, he
Darker
becomes 1
ears or
foot tall
some
to 2
shit.
feet
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem like a
His
big
evolution isn't earned either, though.
Yeah.
Like you just
Use a Thunderstorm
Use a
on him.
Thunderstorm,
Yeah.
and
And
there
he's
you
also
go.
one of those things where they don't really show you Raichu too much in the shows because people are like, nah, Raichu's he's
Yeah.
there, but Pikachu's where it's at forever, right?
They,
Yeah.
they just tell you that Pikachu doesn't want to turn into Raichu, and fuck you, Ash, if you want to make him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was that asshole who made him. And can we just scrap him? Can we just scrap him? I'm really
Yeah,
upset.
on the basis of fuck you, Raichu.
Fuck you, Raichu. You ruined Pikachu.
And
Cool.
plus Mintle. Those guys were Pikachu.
So is our
So we're between, I
Yep.
think we're down between Magikarp
1, 2, 3,
and Totodile.
I have Charmander, Magikarp, Snorlax, Eevee, Rotom, Bulbasaur, and Totodile. So
Yeah.
we cut
Oh,
2.
yeah, Rotom's
Oh, and
still in there.
Nidoran if we have that still.
no. Are you kidding me,
All right, okay.
dude? Nidoran got crossed out instantly.
Okay. We have 7.
All right.
Well, I already said I like Totodile more than Bulbasaur, but I like Bulbasaur more than Gyarados. So that's kind of where I'm at. I think Charmander stays. That's a lock in my head, but I don't know how you guys feel. And Eevee's a
Yeah.
lock in my head too. Those 2 are locks.
I would agree with you.
I would agree.
Yeah, I mean the cuts I want to make, you guys definitely don't want to hear. So
What is it?
I know he wants to cut Snorlax.
yeah, I would cut
Okay.
Snorlax.
Then we don't lock Snorlax right now. We just lock. We should lock, right?
Okay,
Well,
let's lock. Let's lock.
that's the
We're
thing, it's
locking Charmander and we're locking Eevee.
We are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think those are 2
I guess. Yeah.
good.
Like Eevee, I would say definite lock.
You wouldn't lock Charmander because it has to be unanimous.
I think at this point, just because, it's so synonymous with the even the term holographic Charizard is
It's a thing.
it's like a
Yeah,
shortcut
it
in my
is, it
brain to
is.
fire several synapses. I guess just by the fact that we've had him shown to us so many times, he's
Sure.
in our. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah, he is
I guess he's
Charizard. Yeah, and that's fun. That's so funny because I always go back when I like Charmander. I like Charmander the most more than Charizard.
Yeah.
but yes, I accept.
I think
all
I
of
just have much more personal feelings about a lot of these other Pokemon than Charizard because I never really used Charizard
it.
Yeah.
I use them. All
I
the
never
time.
used Charizard
because I never took him.
either.
I would take
Yeah,
Bulbasaur.
yeah.
all the time.
I understand. He's a really good Pokemon, and he was just he
And
was
he
the best of
saves
the 3 stars.
Ash's ass, man.
I guess I don't
Saves
watch the
him
show
all the
much.
time.
I'm really more of a video game guy than the show.
You didn't watch the show growing up
the
at
show
all?
was my life.
A little bit. I don't not
It
enough
was
to
like on
remember.
YTV after
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was there all the
so,
time. Yeah,
yeah.
It's
Just
hard
sit
to miss.
down in the middle of my living room floor, turn on
It's a great thing.
Pokemon.
I think it was in the movies where it's one of those things where it's oh, Ash is in a big pinch, and then
Yeah.
the thing that saves him is Charizard, but Charizard already left his
Yeah.
Pokemon arsenal, but Charizard comes in just for that moment, saves Ash, does his thing, pieces out. It's great.
So are we locking Charizard, Eevee,
Those two.
Rotom?
No.
Not locked.
no,
Just
not locked.
just want more conversation around it.
Have we crossed off Totodile or Gyarados yet?
So
No.
I would rather have Totodile than Magikarp and Gyarados.
sure.
Yeah, I think there's. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I guess
Unless-
I
I
would.
mean, because even with how fulfilling it felt to evolve Gyarados, I never actually kept him in my party.
I really like him too.
I would say, yeah.
I really like Gyarados. Yeah, I don't know. But I also am very biased because I did not play with Totodile at all ever.
Oh, man.
So I have no connection to him.
Rotom's the only risky out there pick that's still on the list, so I kind of got to respect that.
Yeah, I kind of like.
You know
that
what I
he's
mean?
just
Like-
there. Yeah.
I mean, Magikarp is born to be cut from lists.
All right.
too.
So 2, right? So 1.
So we got to cut Gyarados, Magikarp, and Totodile, I think, because you guys aren't going to budge on Snorlax, right?
I
Pardon
won't
the
budge
pun.
on Snorlax, but
Awesome.
I'll
Probably.
budge on other things. Ooh, what is
Well, the other things are things I don't want off the list.
Bulbasaur?
I'd like
meaning-
one. I mean, this is just a ridiculous thing, but I'd like one of the water types to be on the list. I
Yeah.
guess the Magikarp or
mean,
the Totodile.
I would actually like both
I would
of
put
them on the list.
Snorlax at number 6.
I love Snorlax, man.
I
Like,
love
off
Snorlax.
I
Snorlax
also
is so
love
chill.
him.
I feel like he smokes weed all day.
I think he's just like a big lazy fuck. Like,
Yeah, he's amazing at being a big lazy.
and if you
fuck.
wanted to like
He's a
nap on him, I'm
bunch.
sure it'd be really comfortable. You
yeah,
could, like,
yeah.
nap on
they
his
sell big pillows of him.
They do. And I'm
You
saying you
are
And I want one.
screaming.
Sorry.
No,
Have
you're,
you
you're
seen?
passionate. It's
Have you
great.
seen his sprite evolution throughout the games where he's like laying on his ass and then
I
finally
Slowly standing up.
slowly
Yeah.
I
standing
love
up.
that. I don't know.
All right, we'll
I think
keep him then.
Snorlax is
It's
like
cute. But
Keep him then.
yeah, the giant beds of Snorlax
He's also
are
just
awesome.
such a basic design. Look at
Love
him.
how
He's
you're
like,
drawing him right
He's
now.
like his 4 little legs and his big belly. He like animal. Anyone could draw him. Like he's just like.
I used to
Those
practice
rock
drawing
eyes.
Snorlax.
Look! I did a Snorlax.
Snorlax is good. He's a good guy.
He's good shit.
He's good shit.
I don't know if it means keeping Like I'll put Totodile up there. I don't care.
You want to keep Snorlax?
I want to
I want
keep
to keep Snorlax.
Okay.
I'd fight for
Well, what are we
Snorlax.
losing then to keep Snorlax? If we're not losing Snorlax, we have to lose one of the water types.
Yes,
if not both of them.
We should lose one of them.
So,
so can we-
Totodile?
Totodile versus Magikarp?
I
What do you guys?
I mean,
I have this
I think
irrational
they're both gonna get dropped
desire
anyway.
to not
I don't
have
think they're
only
both
Gen
gonna
1
get
Pokemon
dropped.
on the list.
well, yeah, I think that's covered by
Yeah.
Rotom, but I just like I think it's
we
I'm
could
blown
drop
away.
Rotom.
I'm blown away that there aren't more Gen 2 Pokemon on here. I thought I wasn't going to be the only one nominating Gen 2
I
Pokemon.
had one.
I nominated Gen 5.
I never
Yeah.
played much of Gen 2.
Neither did
man.
I. Neither
I
did
played
I.
a bunch, and there was some I have here, but it was too much of a big pull. Totodile versus Magikarp. We just talk about that. real quick?
I think they're both going to get dropped anyway.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think
Are
so.
you going to drop Rotom?
I think we're going
I
to drop
would-
Rotom.
Yeah, or is
I don't
so
know.
is
I don't
Bulbasaur
know.
Are we
locked?
dropping Bulbasaur?
Is Bulbasaur locked?
No, I don't want to drop Bulbasaur.
I
don't
would
think.
not like to drop Bulbasaur.
I don't
Okay.
want to. I don't
So
want
should
to
we
either.
lock Bulbasaur?
I would lock Bulbasaur.
Sarah.
Ooh,
Sarah does
would
not feel the
not
same
lock
way.
I would not lock
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur,
That's
but
fine.
I also think I'm very outnumbered on this one.
No. Locks has to be unanimous. Yeah,
locks are unanimous.
locks are always unanimous.
You didn't want to lock who? Charmander? Was it Charmander?
No, let's just keep moving.
Because
Oh,
I
boy.
would also unlock Charmander.
Oh boy.
Really?
Yeah.
For what?
No, fuck it. We need a fire type.
Do we need a fire type?
Yes. I hate when
All
these
right.
lists. I hate when these lists don't have like a good coverage on them.
And especially with Pokemon
Well,
too,
it's hard
it seems
to
like
get it
you'd
down to
want like
5.
when you make a Pokemon party, you want different types to cover
Yeah.
your bases,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'd put Gyarados over Charizard.
I would. Ooh, I don't know if I would.
I would
Yo,
not.
I'm just such a water
Charizard's just so
person,
iconic.
though.
Maybe I'm
Yeah.
coming around to Charizard.
He's iconic. He's iconic.
Charizard has a big dick.
Charizard has
Big dick energy.
most-
Big dick
Yeah, but the
energy.
tip's
Different
on fire. If it goes out, he dies.
Man.
Okay.
Fine. I tried.
I would say versus Magikarp, Totodile. I'd lean probably Totodile if I had to choose.
I'm on the same page.
I would too, just because I nominated Totodile. But I mean, I like Magikarp Gyarados over a couple of these other ones. But obviously, I want to keep some variety.
Yeah, that's
So,
the thing.
I don't know if I want-
Rotom's the wild card in my head.
Rotom,
but-
I like more and more, even though I still can't picture what he looks like, even though you just showed him to me. Yeah, I just like that he's not Gen 1 or Gen 2.
That's kind of where I'm at. But also, I like
Exactly.
his practicality. You're right. He's everywhere.
Yep,
It's not my favorite design.
He'd be a
but,
great
like,
Pokemon to have in real life because he'd
That-
be in
that's
your
what I-
kitchen.
Yeah.
That's how I
He'd
nominated
possess your
them.
dishwasher when you're trying to do dishes. He would break it.
Which is why I
He'd
thought
possess
he
your
was
food
like all
processor
type
and spit
ghost, which
garbage,
makes a little
blah, blah,
more
blah.
sense to me. If he's possessing all these things, I would.
Well, I think
he'd
he's
be a
electricity
ghost.
and he runs through he can only possess
Yeah,
electronics.
Okay, so he
Yeah.
possesses electronics with
Can't
his
possess
electricity.
people.
Yeah,
he's like
sure.
a virus
Right.
rather than a
Okay,
ghost.
So
okay.
cut Magikarp. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, because
right.
I think so.
Wow,
One more.
that's tough.
Charmander. Sorry.
Charizard's a lock. Snorlax sounds like a lock, I guess. I'm not unanimous on that one, but
Yeah,
if the three of you are, I guess.
well, we don't lock it. We just
We're
leave
not
it. We just
locking
leave it.
him,
We
but
leave it
he's
open.
there.
Bulbasaur, not a lock. So
It's Rotom, Bulbasaur, and Totodile, and Snorlax. Those are the ones that are up in the
Yeah.
air.
and we got to drop one.
One of them.
I would still say Snorlax, I guess. But you
That's
guys
fair.
really like Snorlax, so
Man, I'd
I
say
will play ball.
Totodile.
What would you say, Tung? Would you also say Totodile?
It'd be Rotom, but that's.
What would you say?
I would say Snorlax on this
Oh,
list.
but I would keep.
Interesting.
I would out of all
I
of these
love
ones, I
him
would
so
fight
much.
for Snorlax.
I would
What do you
fight
love
for
about him?
Snorlax, too.
I love, dude. He's such a. I just relate
He's
to
in
this dude.
everything.
just
too.
love how he's a big chungus.
I just like he's a big, chunky, freaking animal that just likes to sleep, eat, and chill, and he looks so cuddleable. You can
Yeah.
just rest on this dude. I would come home and just snuggle up to a Snorlax.
Think about
any
how
day.
much food you would have to buy. You would go poor so fast.
Yeah, but it's Pokemon World. We
It's
have
fine.
unlimited energy.
Yeah.
Just eat berries. He's fine.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
have some moo moo milk.
I just love. I don't
Or
know.
some Milcery.
He's a huggable Pokemon, which we don't have on this list.
Huggable and a tank. Also
and a tank, and he's fucking strong as
He
shit.
is strong as shit.
Yeah, great Pokemon. Loves to smoke weed.
Also loves.
You keep dropping that like it's gonna win me over.
I guess you like weed, right?
Yeah, apparently it defines me as a human being now.
Well, you didn't name your Bulbasaur.
Like honestly,
Yeah. So I didn't name the trainer Smokes a Lot Joe, Seth Rogen.
and I know you don't agree, but I would like lock in Bulbasaur. Like
I would lock in.
I would lock
I'm
in
shocked.
Bulbasaur.
I'm fine with locking in Bulbasaur.
You're fine with
yeah.
Will you lock in Bulbasaur?
Yes, I would.
Okay, so we've got Bulbasaur, Eevee, and Charmander locked in.
Hey, that's progress.
Yeah,
That's
it
what I
is.
call progress,
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah. So,
Wow.
but now we've got 3
Okay.
left. So only one of them needs to get cut. It's just
Yeah.
really hard
Which
to
one?
cut.
What are we thinking here? Rotom, Snorlax, Totodile. It's one of those.
I feel like we'd all cut different things. At
We
this
all
point.
would.
Well, we would keep Snorlax, but you guys would cut Snorlax.
Yeah.
And
I'd cut Totodile, but you'd all keep Totodile.
I don't know if Sarah would keep.
I would keep
You would keep
Totodile,
Totodile.
yeah.
I would too. Just hear me out. If we cut Snorlax,
okay.
we have Pokemon from 3 generations. If we
But
cut
is
one of the other ones,
is that the only reason we're doing this? Just to have them from
I
different
would
generations?
cut Snorlax personally because I never kept him in my party.
I've
like-
never even been tempted to catch
I
one.
fucking love Snorlax.
I love him as a
my favorite.
Pokemon.
He's
but
my
I
like
don't-
number one.
Then
pick.
then that's
He's
oh
my
that's
number
good. That's,
one pick.
Sam, that's good to know. I now know that you. I now know that Snorlax is very important to you, and I'll weigh him more importantly. I like Totodile. We could lose.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
We've got no water Pokemon, but that's not the end of the world. Like clearly,
And I love water. Is like my favorite type. But
but Rotom can be water.
Rotom can be water.
There you go. And Eevee can be water.
yeah.
I would.
Ooh, Vaporeon.
I can see. I guess I,
I
can see
would-
Totodile gone. If
I
that's-
guess, yeah.
I'd be.
I would let Totodile go. Just so,
I'd be
But
more
then we don't
inclined to
have
drop
Gen 2.
Rotom than Totodile.
Oh, interesting.
really
Yeah.
okay. Because I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to.
You were saying what?
I would rather
Rotom over-
drop Rotom than Totodile.
I think
I
so.
could see that.
Yeah.
Really?
I
Yeah.
can see that.
Oh, okay.
I think he's a very useful
I think Rotom-
Pokemon if you live in the Pokemon world, but we
Like
don't.
Rotom's a design. I just like what he
Oh, I-
does.
Once again, can't picture it. You know,
I think he is a little like forgettable.
a little rote.
yeah.
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 Cut Rotom.
Really? Wow.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just get my bearings here. Charmander, Snorlax, Eevee, Bulbasaur, Totodile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's 5. And we're happy with that? I mean, as happy as we can get?
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
happy as we'll
Yeah,
ever.
I
as
think
happy as we'll ever get.
with these lists where we're there's a lot of options and everyone's got personal things tied into them.
Yeah.
I think we've learned that no one's happy at the end of the day on ranked.
Just refer to top 5 cereals, I guess, for that.
I don't even remember which one won that. I just know we all left unhappy,
I'll say one thing.
We've got 2 of yours in the top 5.
which I now do not want because of things I can't say because I'll be doing a thing I'm not supposed to do.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't know.
Okay, number 5.
Okay.
Let's go number 5.
Well, I mean, I'd put Totodile, but I know you all love him, so I'd also accept Snorlax,
I would
which
put-
would be fine.
Totodile, 5. Snorlax, 4.
I would
That's
agree
what I would-
with that.
I would
do
would
that
agree
too.
with that.
All right.
Yes. This
Bulbasaur, Eevee, Charizard.
Ooh, that's pretty.
I'm not.
I would
I'm not
put
putting
Bulbasaur.
forward. I'm not putting forward my suggestion. I'm just trying to guess what would make.
No,
You
I would
guys.
put Bulbasaur number 3.
Man, I would put.
Yeah, I would put Bulbasaur number 3 out of those.
I'd put EV3, but I could do Bulbasaur 3 too. Like,
I think
whatever.
Eevee because there's so many options.
That's
like
the thing with these.
I
options.
like his options, I do, but I think Bulbasaur is like.
I think
just
Eevee is
like him.
interesting because everybody has a different favorite evolution.
Yeah, who
Exactly.
likes- what's your favorite evolution? You have one?
I really like Vaporeon.
I feel like that's actually like a
Vaporeon's
popular.
tight.
Yeah. Vaporeon
What
is
about you?
tight.
Vaporeon is tight.
Espeon is
Out
also
of, like, the
really
Like I said,
original?
I have 2 of them in my party right now, and I'm like, collect
Chew
more.
Vaporeons?
No, 2 evolutions.
Oh, okay.
Like two of
Which
my
ones?
party are EVs. I have a Jolteon and I have a
Oh, Jolteon.
Leafeon.
I would say Jolteon.
I like
but
Jolteon as well.
I
I also
wasn't
like Umbreon a lot too.
Yeah.
Umbreon.
Which one's
I've never
Umbreon?
played
The
with
darker
Umbreon.
one?
Espeon
Oh.
is really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't really
Psychic?
care for Leafeon or Sylveon as
Yo,
much.
I
Like,
never
they're
thought I
okay.
did, and
Or
I was always
Glaceon.
kind of like,
yeah.
ugh, yeah, you forget some of them exist. But I've been playing with Leafeon, and he's been doing really good for me. So I'm like, obviously, this is like such personal bias, though.
Yeah.
It's like I never cared for him. I didn't really want him that bad. But now that I have one, and I've been using him, I'm like, yeah, you're really fucking good. You're like helping me out here. So, but I wouldn't have, yeah.
Right.
Jolteon is dope, though.
So with the amount of like differentiation that Eevee has, does that make it higher on
Or
the list?
lower.
Or
I think it's just
yeah.
hard to ignore that.
I know. Yeah. Exactly. Right. So
I think it's very
because you're
unique.
picking the group
Yes.
as a whole, and that's like
Yeah.
such a big. That is the biggest whole you can choose because there's like 10 of them. Like everyone
Yeah.
else,
Yeah.
there's like 3, 4, whatever, and then Eevee, you've got like a 10 list
yeah.
per Pokemon.
And there will certainly be more to come in the future.
Of
I'm
course,
sure
they're
of
gonna
it.
keep making Eevees, and like there's like I said, I didn't like say it too much, but like there's a reason they did Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Like those were the 2 they picked to do that with,
yeah.
right?
It makes sense.
So I don't know. Eevee is very cute and unassuming, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want with him.
Yeah. So does that make it
I
higher?
don't.
then?
I don't know. Does that make him high or low?
Probably.
I don't know. I don't know.
So is it
I would-
Bulbasaur versus Charmander then for like?
I would put Eevee 3 just because
I
we're
would
not
still
picking
put
because we're not
Bulbasaur
picking
3.
a specific
I was
person
thinking
or Pokemon.
Bulbasaur 3 as well.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah.
I'd put Eevee 3, but I can go like whatever.
Yeah. I would probably put EV3 as well, but I was when I said Bulbasaur 3 earlier, I wasn't saying what I wanted. I was just trying to guess
What do you want?
what you guys wanted.
You want Bulbasaur 1 then, right? Just like if you had your pick between the 3.
Well, yeah, he's like my favorite Pokemon, second favorite Pokemon. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Then
but I don't think
I
he's
think
really,
I think Eevee
But
should
he-
be 3.
but he loses to Charizard in a fight, so like Charizard maybe.
I don't
But
think
that-
that's
I
the,
don't think
that's,
that's-
the
that's
deci- that's
like
not the
a-
deciding factor.
That's like a
we're not
weakness in-
we're not actually fighting with
No.
these. So
No.
I don't
Sorry,
know.
sorry. I just
I
was
think
thinking-
because Eevee has so many choices, we're only narrowing it down so much. Whereas these guys were actually like picking like a I don't know.
Well, I would say-
Eevee could be anything.
I would say Charizard and Bulbasaur, even they're both Gen 1 starters. They're both like quintessential Pokemon to me.
Yo,
I don't know
they
why.
are. I
There's
think
something
EV3.
about them that
Let's
screams
put
Pokemon.
EV3 then.
EV3.
EV3?
EV3?
Fair enough.
Yeah, I
no?
think so.
What do you think?
I think
Fine,
so.
I'm
What do you
outvoted
think?
at this point.
Well,
I'd
but
still
what do you
put
think?
Bulbasaur 3.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, we can do Bulbasaur.
The only reason why I think we can leave Eevee at 3 is because like I mean I already said Charmander's my favorite. Bulbasaur is one of your favorite.
Sure, but,
Snorlax would have been my favorite,
Yeah.
but like
Well, do you want Snorlax
But
higher on the
is
list?
anyone
no,
like
I don't.
Because I could
though.
put Bulbasaur 4.
No.
is anyone's favorite is Eevee? That's my question. Is
Of
anybody's
the ones remaining, yes, for me.
but just in general, like Charmander is like my favorite.
I
overall.
didn't nominate my favorite Pokemon
How come?
Oh,
because he's not going to get on the list.
okay. I'm curious about this conversation. We'll have
yeah,
honorable
see
mentions.
what?
I'm cool with EV3 if that's
Yeah.
what people are.
I'm okay with it too, but like what?
Well, it just I'm outvoted. It's 3-1.
Okay.
We've had many times Skittles. I will remain
I'm-
as the thing that came
I'm not
back.
changing my mind for this, but I accept being outvoted.
All right,
No, that's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
because I think in a weird, different world, Eevee would be number 1, right?
Why is Eevee not number 1 then? Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Are we
I
valuing?
don't know.
that-
It
I don't know.
depends, Yeah.
Ground rules. That's what I
I
talked
don't
about.
know. It's so
Well, no,
hard
but-
with Pokemon.
No, but what ground rule are you talking about?
Yeah.
We're
No,
including
I just-
all the evolutions,
I know, but now.
but we just can't decide if that's a
There's
good thing
so
or
many
a bad thing.
evolutions.
Oh,
yeah.
I make. Yeah,
We're not narrowing
What's
it
your
down.
thought? What are you thinking about it?
like what other merits are we basing our criteria on besides
not sure.
evolution? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm tough.
I don't know either. I mean, Eevee could be number 1. You're right. Eevee can be anything. So, like,
Eevee could be
Eevee's
2,
either
3,
number
4.
1 or 3 for me because, I mean,
I gotta say, firmly, probably, Eevee is 1 or 3. I think Bulbasaur is 2. No, it's Charizard 2. I
Well, yeah,
guess.
because if Eevee's number 1, then I think Bulbasaur's 3.
Okay.
ooh, if I'd put.
I mean, obviously, I want Bulbasaur further, but
I'd put
I know that he's
Bulbasaur
not.
above Charmander,
But he's not
to
that
be
exciting
honest.
a
But
Pokemon.
you're right, he's not that
Eevee's very
exciting.
exciting and flashy.
But
Can
he's
we
super cute.
Talk
so
about
what
our
are you
own
fighting
personal orders for
about?
this, like in the last.
I don't
3?
know.
Does that
What
help?
do you mean?
I'm just trying to make as many people
Go
happy as
3,
possible.
2, 1 for
Well,
Sam. 3, 2,
okay.
1 for you between those 3.
Between Eevee, Bulbasaur, Charmander?
Yeah, I just want to see if this works.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1 for me
Yeah.
would be 3 Charmander, 2 Bulbasaur, 1 Eevee.
Wow, that's
is
way
a-
different than I thought it would be. Sarah?
My personal 3, 2, 1 is 3 Bulbasaur, 2 Eevee, 1 Charmander.
Whoa.
Okay. Angus?
Here's the thing. I think that ordering is the quote-unquote correct ordering. I
Okay.
feel like it's the one anyone listening to would object to the least.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean by that?
And what do
Are
you
you
feel?
saying I'm
like,
not very objective?
No, I would say the opposite of that. You nailed it. You've boiled it down to its purest form, and it is, what was it? It was Bulbasaur 3, Eevee 2. Because I think Eevee's 2 now, because we couldn't decide 1 or 3.
Right.
So I think we split the difference. We make Eevee 2. Charizard
Yo,
is...
I think that's actually right. I think where you're
Well, no,
saying
she's
no,
right,
You're right.
yeah.
She's right, but I agree.
So-
I
So
we
actually
just do
think
that?
this is right. I think this is right.
Yeah, I mean-
yeah, I think that's correct.
It
right.
feels right, even
Yeah,
though I
it
don't...
does.
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That sounds good to me.
So it's not about what we want. this list is bigger than us now. We
Yeah.
owe it to the people
is
to
based
boil
on
it
all
down to the top 5 Pokemon of all time.
And that top 5 is Totodile. Number 5 with Crocodile for alligator. Number 4 we have Snorlax, which also includes Munchlax. I believe.
Munchlax.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a
he's
Munch-
got a-
there's got a
Munchlax?
baby.
Munchlax, little
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
If I knew about Munchlax, I think I would actually force him out of the top 5. But it's too late now.
Number 3, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur. Number 2, I'm going to just say them all. Eevee, Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Umbreon, Espeon, Glaceon, Leafeon, Sylveon. Did I miss any? Maybe. And
To
number
be
1,
determined.
Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. Holy shit. Wow.
Hung up next to the jersey of Mario or bottled water is
So,
Charizard.
do you think that, like, what if Pikachu got number 1? Isn't that
That's
the
the more. That's the.
Okay.
Like I would mind.
There's multiple
I don't know if
places.
I'd ever come
That's
back
the
on the show.
corporate approved list.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Pikachu, that's like being like top 5 Disney characters. Mickey Mouse is number 1. You know what I mean? It's just like
He's the mascot.
Yeah. It's just.
it is. I feel like he needed to be included though.
No.
Oh, yeah.
He certainly needed,
100%.
and I appreciate
And I
your
didn't want
martyrdom.
a Garfield situation where we just don't talk about Garfield.
Oh, remember that episode? Simple
Right.
Days.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about a lot of A-Team episodes with Sarah here.
I-
You're not here to replace
So-
Leslie.
My
Truly-
name is Leslie Jerby.
I truly love. We argued so hard on this children's cartoon, but it's great
Because it means so much
means
to
a
each
lot.
of us.
It does.
Well, and I wouldn't
been
even say the
part of our
cartoon.
lives.
The video
Guys,
game.
guys, there are almost 900
Yeah.
Pokemon, and we narrowed it down to 5, which is insane
Yeah.
that we could even remotely do that.
Yeah.
Sam, you want to know what the best part is?
What?
It's time for honorable mentions.
Yes!
I'm really nailing that co-host role.
Hey man, you're doing great.
Oh.
No,
so
you are. That's you.
No. It's
If I have too many, so we'll just go as quick as we can.
Yeah.
around
Are we doing our like fire off thing or what are
we'll
we doing?
rapid
Rapid
fire,
fire.
and if it goes around too many times, I'll just say.
all right,
you
all
do a
right, all
couple
right,
more.
all right.
I only
okay.
have a few.
Squirtle.
Oh, that was my okay. Ninetales.
This is actually my favorite, Scyther.
I would have went with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bug Pokemon. I probably would have gotten in there. Machamp.
Sir fetched.
Geodude.
Nice.
Greninja.
Mankey.
Ooh, coughing.
Gengar.
Psyduck.
Infernape.
Ooh, Cyndaquil.
Rosalia.
Sharpedo.
Trico. Grovyle. Sceptile.
Heracross.
Shinx, Lexio, Luxray.
Mewtwo.
Kangaskhan.
Suicune.
Gastrodon. Both male and female, I guess.
Chansey.
Noivern from the new game.
Oh.
Newer.
Lugia.
Oh, yeah, legendary.
Pumpkaboo and Gorgeist.
Oh, God.
They're like pumpkins and cats, and then they turn
Those are
into a
good-
gourd. And
those
I
are good names,
They're
bad
they're
Pokemon.
so cute, and
Yeah?
I don't use them, but I thought I saw them, and I was like, oh my god.
I just got the little candle guy.
Yeah.
My boy, Wooloo.
Wooloo.
Oh, Wooloo.
Love Wooloo.
Love Wooloo.
Yeah.
Grookey.
Yes, that's a great
Yet
answer.
another starter from Angus. All the starters are the best, man.
Aeron, Laron, and Aggron.
Well, also starters Sobble, Drizzile, and Teleon.
Nice.
I have the Galar Ponyta.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
Galarian.
Oh, the unicorn one?
Specifically,
Is it
yeah.
still
Yeah.
fire? No, it's
No,
fairy.
it's fairy.
it's,
Or
it's psychic.
Psychic, wow.
But it becomes fairy.
Krogunk. Toxicroak.
Oof. Numel
Bad one?
and Camerupt. No, I like that one.
Surprising myself the most, Corvic Knight, which I never care about flying type, but this
I
guy's
know.
bad fucking
It's
ass.
awesome.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that thing's cool. Coolest bird Pokemon, I think.
It's honestly.
Ooh. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
He's high.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a special love for this one because this is where I think Pokemon started going a bit sideways. Vanilla Ice.
Oh, that, yeah.
I think that's the first
like
one
the
designed
first-
by an American.
The
yeah.
first one where I was like, what?
I hate that Pokemon.
Yeah, it's terrible, but I love him for that reason.
He's a little cutie. Dreadnought.
Oh,
From the
yes,
new-
yes.
Put in. I cleared the whole fire gym with him.
I like that guy. Roggenrola, Boldor, and Gigalith.
Cramorant, because he shoves Pokemon he catches down his throat at you.
Oh,
and I
that
think
thing.
it's fucking fun, hilarious.
Yeah.
This is my last one, and it's very specific. Meowth from the
The
TV show.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Oh, that's
Like
the talking one.
actual Meowth.
Meowth, that's right.
Garchomp.
Ooh.
It's like a shark thing.
I'm almost out, too. Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar.
Oh, so good. They this close for me.
I said Gengar.
Oh.
So-
Then I'll go Colossal from the new game.
Sure.
He's a giant turtle with a big stack of coal on back.
Yeah, way better.
He looks like a Godzilla monster.
Yeah, he does.
It's great.
This will be my last one just because I remember playing this one and getting really excited when I had these guys. I don't even know if they're part of the same evolution. Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf.
Oh, I don't know
But
what those are.
They were like these psychics you got at the very end of the game. They were like the whatever
Okay.
thing, but they're really dope.
Cool.
My last one. I got a last one.
That's it?
Oh, I got one left.
Okay, go for it.
Pidgeotto.
Ah, yes.
Wow.
yes.
I think it's a great evolution. It's just like a
Pidgeotto's
Yeah,
good.
it's very
Pidgeotto.
satisfying.
It's very satisfying.
Before
it's like a bird that gets bigger.
Corviknight came into play.
Yes, Corviknight's very cool. I haven't got one yet.
Corviknight's
yeah,
dope
seems
as
dope.
fuck.
Lucario, Pancham, and Pangoro, and that's it. That's all I got.
Pangoro's good.
Wow.
Pangoro's
Hitmonlee,
good.
Hitmonchan.
Oh, those
Oh, yeah,
not
they're
him on
good.
top.
No,
No.
I don't really like him
No,
on
that was
top.
the worst.
I had only one person write in from Instagram on their favorites.
Yep.
And I got Squirtle, Zigzagoon, Tyrant, and Wingle.
No
Wingle.
love.
And
Oh, I do love
Litleo.
Wingle.
Don't know who
No,
Litleo.
no.
Not a Squirtle.
I
You're not
also
a
love
Squirtle fan?
Wingle.
I love
I
Squirtle.
love Wingle
I thought-
because he's my favorite hockey player.
Tommy Wingle.
Love Squirtle. I know
Fair.
that was my first honorable mention.
Wingle and his whole evolution
Oh,
is
yes.
actually pretty good.
I'm glad none of us did honorable mentions of the super inanimate objects with eyes on them.
The
like
swords, the chandeliers,
The
the,
garbage.
tables,
the garbage. The garbage one always stands out.
I mean,
Garbage.
I did a pumpkin cat, but
I was thinking of like the keys. Is the key ring?
yeah.
It's like what?
The sandcastle one is
Ugh.
like the sandcastle one's lore is interesting. It like sucks people in, but I'm like, meh.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up one last one here.
Trubbish?
No, it's a dishonorable mention. No, Trubbish is the garbage.
Dishonorable mention.
Disani Mensch.
So
Oh,
love
fuck,
disc.
love disc.
Look at this thing.
That's
The
what it's
worst.
called. Love disc.
It's
Yeah,
a freaking
that's what it's
heart.
called.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. That's it.
Disani
We
Mensch,
freak-
Zubat.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Zubat.
Disani
Fair
Mensch.
enough.
Oh,
Yo,
I like
Zubat's
Crobat, though.
gonna suck my dick.
I do remember getting attacked by Zubats all the time in the cave
Oh,
and
the
getting
caves.
frustrated.
Fuck those guys.
Hated
And
them.
supersonic. So
They're
that's
so
bad.
annoying.
Sam, thank you for being on the cast.
Thanks,
Thank you for talking
Tom.
Pokemon. I know you like Pokemon.
Anytime.
Any plugs you want to give the people?
Yeah, sure. Check out DC Superhero Girls on YouTube. All the shorts are available online now, and they play in a continuous loop if you never want to change the channel. Also, you can follow me on some animation for some life and some art-related posts. That is Sam Animation
And Paper Bear Studio.
and Paper Bear Studio.
Sam has a lot of things going on. I think a lot.
Yeah, and Paper Bear Studio. I can just never remember if there's an S on the end or not. So check both.
You should check that out.
Check it out.
Just check it out. And if one of them looks like artwork, then it's probably
Yeah, probably.
I forgot Rhyhorn and Rhydon. I really like too. Sarah, thank you for being on the cast and sharing
my
your
pleasure.
Pokemon knowledge.
I didn't scream at you, so
You didn't. I
don't know if
nipped
that's
that in the butt.
success.
I knew Yamper wasn't gonna make it.
Fuck yeah,
It would have been
everybody.
Growlithe.
Fuck him.
Sarah, any plugs?
I have a plug. I would like to remind everybody out there that it's about time to check your smoke detector batteries and change your furnace filter.
Oh shit, that is a good plug.
That is a good plug.
Our fire alarm went off in the middle of the night the other night, and it sucked because there was no smoke anywhere.
Yeah.
It was just like 2:30 in the morning. It just beep beep beep. Awful. So we did the one thing that any responsible adult would do is unplug it entirely.
This is my
Pretend it
plug
wasn't
to
there.
put it back there.
Angus, what do you got? Thank you for being on the cast.
Oh, no problem. My pleasure. I'd love to plug a dear friend's Instagram.
Okay.
It's Paper Bear Studio, no S. It's got a lot of beautiful artwork. Paper Bear Studio, just the one S in studio.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of beautiful Simpsons artwork, and I think you can order some of it, right? You can order
Yeah,
it. There's
totally
actually
from
a couple
Etsy.
pieces here I would like. And there's some Office stuff I'm seeing. There's David Bowie, the new She-Ra. Yeah, lots of good stuff.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff. And then, of course, I'd also love to plug another show at the Pod Cavern that I'm doing called Heroes Don't Do Paperwork. It's a superhero interview show. And I think if you keep listening to it, our intrepid titular host... Oh, no, we're not on Talking Tongue. Shit. Oh, bail. I said it wrong. The host, Sweet Tongue,
Sweet tongue.
Sweet Tongue
Like Sweet
was on it most recently, and his episode will be coming out in a little bit. And yeah, dude, check it out. If you
Probably
like,
would have been out by now, I think.
I don't know
Probably.
when this is coming out.
Neither do I. I'll figure it out. And, of course, you can find the rest of the shows in the Pod Cavern. We have the Improv Punch-Up making a triumphant return at some point. A little bit. Maybe we'll throw an episode
I mean,
in.
I don't know if it's. I don't know
Not
if we should say it's
return.
a return.
Maybe just
a visit,
little,
a visit, a
tease,
special.
A tease, a special.
This is if we can get
Hey, it's
Leslie
me,
Cheruby
Leslie
on the phone.
Cheruby.
Do you think he's still...
Leslie!
Oh shit! Hey, Leslie!
Leslie?
Whoa, Leslie!
Hey, man, it's been so long.
It's me, Wilson Fisk.
Wow, that's a good Leslie.
Yeah, it's good. And Talking Tongue, Cinema Saves the World, and more to come. I'm going to play this song to sign us out. Thank you for listening. All Pokemon trainers, be safe out there. Catch your favorite Pokemon. And Angus, sing it.
The dog one, the turtle one, the dragon one, the plant one. Some are bugs and some are fish. Jinx is the best Pokemon.
Pokemon.
The candle!
Okay, bye, everyone.